Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. They've got a busy slate, so Skip, Shannon, let's get to it.
Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. Happy Thursday. How we doing?
Hey, how are you?
Jenny got some chocolate over here, Skip.
Oh, okay. No surprise?
No surprise. Nothing new there.
How you doing today, Skip? How you doing today,
Well, I'm in a tough spot today because I have to pick a one of these two quarterbacks tonight playing each other. I don't love either one of them, right?
So lesser of two evils.
It is lesser of two evils. Yeah. All I know is that my quarterback keeps outplaying both of them every time he faces either one of them.
That's
all that really matters.
It keep catching L's. Skip, you know that's Jenny's audition dress.
Oh, okay.
She auditioned to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Long time ago, 2013,
Yep.
bringing it back. Here I am. That must be a good sign, right?
Yep.
We have a lot to get to.
Skip,
Probably
let's take it
too
to
much to get to today. Will Patrick Mahomes break every major passing record? And is Tom Brady finally admitting, Skip, maybe that age is playing a factor in his play? We will go there, but first we got to start here. The Eagles at the Packers tonight. The Eagles are off to a rough start to this season at 1-2, and now have to face the Packers in Green Bay tonight on Fox. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are sitting pretty at 3-0, looking to be the first team this season to win 4 games. So, Shannon,
Yes.
simple question. Who you got? Who wins tonight?
Skip, if this game was on Sunday, I would have picked the Eagles. And I really tried to find a scenario in which the Eagles that could actually win this game. But it's a short week. I don't like short weeks for the visiting team. And I don't like short weeks when the offensive line is played as poorly as Phillies has played. And when you think of sacks, Wentz has gotten hit a lot. He's gotten hit 20 times in 3 games. Went down, I think, 4 or 5 times on Sunday. And you automatically think it's the offensive line's fault. But a lot of times sacks is threefold. Yeah, the offensive line needs to do a better job. But Wentz has to do a better job of getting the ball out also. Running backs play a role into that also. And plus, Doug Peterson needs to do a better job of calling plays, scripting plays, Skip.
You mean fearful, right?
No, they're less.
Oh, yeah.
No fearfulness.
You know what he did. You know what he did, Skip.
What did he do?
You know, took down Tom.
No, Belichick took down Tom.
No, he didn't. Doug Peterson needs to do a better job, the head coach of the Eagles and offensive coordinator. He needs to do a better job of getting the ball out of Wentz's hands. Sometimes I think he calls plays because the big play. Everything is not meant to be a home run, Skip. You got to get the ball out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, coverage, you should know, okay, I got this route call. Coverage is going to dictate, one's going to be taken away. So automatically you're thinking 2 to 3. Wentz doing a lot of this, a lot of this. I watched the play Sunday in which the Lions sacked Wentz. They had a 4-man rush, and at the end of the play, not one Lion was being blocked by an Eagle, and all their players, the defensive line, was on Wentz. That's not a good look. I just can't. I just think the Packers' defense is playing unbelievable. Now, Zadarius Smith, he was limited in practice yesterday, but Preston Smith was NFC Defensive Player of the Year week. He's been unbelievable. Bo Smith has been unbelievable. The Pack defense has been unbelievable. And this game really should, I'm thinking, blowout. But Aaron Rodgers hadn't played well. I can see that he hadn't played well. So I'm going to take the Packers in a very close ball game. I'm going to say the Pack win 24-20.
Really?
Yes. And I know what you're saying, the Eagles. What about the Eagles? But see,
have I spoken?
Because I know what you're going to say. Here's the thing.
Very patient.
Even though they're going to drop the 1 and 3, that means nothing because you know why? We're going to play you guys twice. And we're going to take both of them.
Really?
And be right back in the thick of it.
What happened last year when you played us twice?
It was last year.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. So I think I was hearing Shannon Sharpe give up on the Eagles. That's what it sounded like to me. I heard all kinds of give-up talk.
I just told you.
Offensive line is way overrated because they were ranked number 1 coming into the year, right?
Yes.
And Carson, W-I-N-C-E, he's patting that football because I told you he goes deer in headlights. He just seems to go mind lock in there. I'm gonna throw it through a brick wall. And he fires one, and 5 defensive players get their hands on it, and it winds up incomplete because he throws it 114 miles an hour. That's the Carson, W-I-N-C-E, that I see. And to your point, they're not protecting him And yet, I'm hearing concession speech from you.
Well, they're not protecting him, Skip, and another reason they can't protect him is because they can't run the football. And when you can't run the football and the teams know you can't run the football, that gives them extra opportunity to get after your quarterback. And plus, they're falling behind. And so it kind of takes your run game out. You remember the first game, they dropped down 17-0. Well, it kind of takes you out of your run game because you got to throw the ball to catch up, and it puts you at harm's way because the more you throw it, the better chances eventually they'll get to you.
So Shannon Sharpe, who picked the Eagles to win the NFC East and picked my Cowboys to miss the playoffs, in part because the Eagles are going to win the East, right?
Still are.
Okay. He's saying that his team, the Eagles, will fall tonight to 1-3, and that will mean that for a couple of days, it's going to be 1-3 for the Eagles versus 3-0 for Dallas until Dallas plays Sunday night at New Orleans, right?
And
so
have a 3-game lead.
Okay.
And get walked down at the end.
Okay. And yet, could we please take a look at what's coming up for your Philadelphia Eagles? They do get one quote-unquote break because they get a home game against the Jets. But then here's what happens. Jenny's Vikings go, they have to go visit at Minnesota. So they go to Minnesota.
You got little to no respect for Cousins.
Okay, but it's still at Minnesota, and they're pretty good at home. They're pretty tough at home. And then they have to go to Dallas. That's the first matchup
A win.
this year. Go to Dallas. You're saying a win. I'm saying a big L. Then they have to go to Buffalo, and I do not think Buffalo's a cakewalk in Buffalo.
No.
I just don't. Maybe for Tom Brady, but not for Carson Wentz.
Okay.
And then next game up is Bears at home. That's definitely not a cakewalk. And then the next game up, I'm going all the way to November 17th, is at New England. So after one little breather against the Jets, and I think Sam Darnold says he's going to come back for that game, for what that's worth. Okay, then it goes at Vikings, at Cowboys, at Bills, Bears, and at New England. And then if I could just throw in, they get the Seahawks at home. Again, that's not a gimme either. That's not a pushover game.
Yeah. And guess what? I see over there we got the Dolphins in there. We got the Giants
after that, it breaks up. But that's the next after Green Bay, so you're already saying that's a loss. So then you got Vikings, Cowboys, Bills, Bears, Patriots, Seahawks. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 more games that could all be L's.
They'll be L's.
And then
we win in 5 or 6.
Then the skies open, and all of a sudden the sun shines, and you go at Dolphins, Giants, at Redskins. You do have the Cowboys coming to Philly. That's no gimme for
That's
sure.
going to be for the division.
And then you finish at Daniel Jones. I don't know. Maybe he'll still be on fire by then. I don't know.
That Cowboy game.
The point is, they could conceivably fall if I give them the Jets game. So that would be 2-3. What if they lose all these games? 2-4, 2-5, 2-6, 2-7, 2-8, 2-9. Do you think they could come back from 2-9 to win the division?
They're not going to beat you.
Shannon Sharpe, you're in trouble. That's the point. You have just picked your team to lose at Green Bay in what I still think is a winnable game because I'm not buying into Aaron Rodgers as he approaches age 36.
Okay, you picking Eagles?
Well, it's my turn, right?
Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay. So this was a tough one for me because I'm conflicted because I just don't love either of the quarterbacks. But
it's hard.
Tonight, I obviously need to pick with my heart. So tonight, I have no objectivity as in picking this game. I admit it. I'm picking totally with my heart. I'm picking Aaron Rodgers. I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you wanted to win just because the Eagles.
Yes. I don't like
That
Aaron's
too.
arrogance. I don't like his thin-skinnedness. I don't like his blame deflecting and finger pointing. I just don't like anything about it.
Is Tom Brady arrogant?
In his own way, but it's quiet arrogance. It's sort of camouflaged arrogance. What quarterback doesn't have to have some supreme self-confidence, right?
Okay, Aaron wears this on his sleeve.
Okay, yeah, he does. And he wears it on his finger because he's pointing at it all, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So the point is that tonight, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers just because I believe this is a big night for him. This is a solo stage NFL game, a showcase game, and surely he can play a little better than he's played so far. We did the Pro Football Focus rankings through 3 weeks. He's ranked 9th, which is not bad, but it's not what we have come to expect for Aaron Rodgers. And in their breakdown of him about why fans should be concerned about Aaron Rodgers is, they start off with saying, Aaron Rodgers is not a bad quarterback. Let's make that clear. That being being said, we have seen a more conservative side to his game recently. And I told you, over the last 4 seasons, he has slowly eroded statistically as far as completion percentage and QBR. They've sunk a little bit each year.
But Skip, I think this year you have to look at his defense. He's only trailed.
Okay,
so
right.
you don't need to be as ultra-aggressive as he's maybe needed to be in the past.
Okay, yet they point out again, he shattered their record for throwaways. It was actually his record for throwaways last year. And I told you, if he doesn't like a play, he's so savvy now that if he thinks there's any danger of throwing a pick, he just throws it in the ground or throws it in the stands. And
well, that's what Brady does, right? Isn't that the reason why he doesn't have any negative throws?
No, he picks the right receiver.
Okay, what if the wide receiver isn't open?
Well, somebody's always open.
No, there's not.
But this guy, Aaron Rodgers, is looking for the home run. And if the home run isn't open, he throws it away. So Pro Football Focus concludes that throwaways aren't necessarily a bad thing because it's better than throwing a pick.
Exactly.
But if it gets to a point this season where Aaron Rodgers needs to make things happen, can he flip the switch back to the dominant passer we saw in the past?
Yes.
In the past, or the operative words there, in the past. I just haven't seen it for so long.
I tell you when you're going to see it. You'll definitely see it tonight, and you'll see it again next Sunday. You will see it next Sunday.
Okay.
Will you be watching?
That is the good news. Bad news of tonight is I'm rooting like mad for Aaron Rodgers, but then, unfortunately for my Cowboys, then Aaron Rodgers and his team get 10 days to get ready for a game at Jerry World.
This many.
Okay? That's a lot. But I still need the Eagles to take a big L tonight and to feel real bad about themselves as they head into the roughest part of their schedule.
Skip, and the Packers defense, 12 sacks through 3 games, 5th in quarterback hits. And what did the Eagles do? They've been giving up sacks, and they've been allowing their quarterback to get hit.
Okay.
That's a recipe for a disaster.
Okay.
And also, one more thing, Skip, before I turn it back over to you. The Eagles' defense, especially the back end, has been terrible.
Thank you. And who is not playing tonight? Who pulled his hamstring the other day?
That might be a blessing.
Ronald Darby.
Skip, I've never seen a situation where your number 1 corner gets targeted. Normally, you stay away from the number 1 corner. Ronald Darby's supposed to be their number 1 guy.
Well, he is clearly their fastest defensive back. Now, what that means, I don't know.
Nothing.
Okay? Because he gets torched a lot.
Yes.
So is it a good thing he won't be in there? I don't know. But again, he was supposed to be their best defensive back.
Yeah.
And he is out.
Suppose.
So couldn't Aaron Rodgers, again, he targeted Devontae Adams only 4 times this last game. Will he throw him 10 targets? Because Valdez-Scantling is emerging as his best receiver.
But Skip, what happened to winning? I don't care about my targets. I don't care about this. All I care about is winning.
Okay.
So which is it now? You can't have it. I can see, Skip, if they were losing games and he's getting 4 targets, but you're winning. And I thought winning trumps everything. So it goes back to, I don't even know why Aaron brought that up. Maybe he's trying to appease him. Well, try to make him feel good. Okay, Aaron said he needed to get me more targets. But at the end of the day, I thought the end result, bottom line, we winning games.
Is Devontae starting to turn into AB/Odell?
AB, he didn't say that. Aaron said that.
Okay. Well, Aaron did. Is he feeling pressure from Devontae, or is he just
well, look,
volunteering?
I think the thing is the guy's immensely talented.
He is.
And true be told, I don't think he needed to say it. The guy needs more than 4 targets. I don't really. That's one of the reasons why we haven't seen the offense, and we haven't seen Aaron Rodgers be the Aaron Rodgers of old.
Okay.
Once he starts to get Devontae involved, you'll see the Aaron Rodgers of old.
Okay. So clearly, can Aaron Rodgers against that defense, especially that back end, score 27 at Lambeau Field? Yeah, he could score 27. Can Carson Wentz score 20 on the Packers? Well, yeah, I think he could score 20. And I'm going to make it 27-20 home team tonight because I need the Eagles, cry Eagles cry, I need them to take the L because, speaking of good news, bad news, I think my Cowboys are in trouble Sunday night.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
They're going to be in big trouble the following Sunday.
Because what made me sick to my stomach last night was reading that all of a sudden Amari Cooper needed an MRI.
Yeah.
So who is the player I kept telling you has changed life for Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys? Amari Cooper coming at midseason last year. Dak took off. Okay, so they are saying, the report is from the Dallas Morning News, I believe, was that it's not serious. Whatever's wrong with his ankle is not serious.
So why are you talking
When
about it?
does anybody ever need an MRI when it's no big deal?
Precautionary.
Oh, stop it. I've had too many MRIs taken on my body, and I never went to get one for fun. I never went to get one because I thought, I could be hurt, but
Check it out.
I don't think so. I think I'm just fine,
do
but I
it.
need an MRI.
I do.
Probably not.
Okay?
I'm paying $25,000 a year in insurance. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Are
Jenny.
you?
You
So you're just gonna
damn
go,
right.
You're going to
You
go
don't have
sit
time for
inside
that.
tube.
I'm gonna sit inside.
Suffering claustrophobia
And guess what?
for like
Feeling.
45 minutes.
And guess what else I do?
Yeah.
I sit down at my desk and write out that check to
Do you?
the insurance company.
Okay. So
So,
you're
if I
gonna
got
go
time to sit down and write a
You're
check, I
going
got
to sit in the claustrophobia tube
I ain't
for
claustrophobic.
45 years. Oh, well, it's just terrible.
The
Hey, that's
horrible
right.
beeping,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Isn't
it's
that
beep,
MRI?
beep,
Oh, it's horrible. The worst.
Hey, man,
You're going to
bad.
do that
Listen, Skip.
for fun?
Sunday was the Emmys. I know I was there.
Yes, you were.
And Amari Cooper cannot win Best Actor in the Lead for drama, okay? That award has already been awarded, okay? So you need to stop and you need to stop trying.
You won it.
And you
Yeah.
you need to stop trying to play this up because I know what's going to happen. Amari was not himself when you catch this A.
Oh, that's what you're
so
doing.
think about this.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper missed all of training camp and all the preseason games with plantar fasciitis on the left foot.
Yes.
On the bottom of his left foot,
Right.
going up into his heel.
Right.
Is termed heel issue, okay?
Right.
But it's plantar fasciitis, and you know how that works.
Yes, I do.
And it is horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he got through that, and all of a sudden he's got something wrong with his right foot, probably his ankle, but I don't know.
Compensation.
Huh.
Who said something about that? With something when
okay.
that's how the body works. When you,
Okay.
I mean, think about it. If you got a flat tire on the right side and you keep driving on it, won't you? What will you do, Skip?
Okay.
You'll mess up the alignment.
Thank you. I agree. So what player has ever had an MRI on Tuesday and then been 100% on Sunday night? I don't know one.
At this point in
I'm
time, ain't
sorry.
nobody 100%.
I'm sorry. Oh, we've only played 3 games, and you keep telling me they played 3 Little League teams,
They have.
right?
They have.
Okay, so who gets hurt against those teams?
I mean, you fall it down. I mean, you
They're
fall
like-
down, it still hurts.
They played 3 Division III college teams to start the year,
I mean, a
right?
little more than that.
Okay.
A little better than that.
Okay. Well, so again, my number 1 receiver, my life changer, it will not be 100%. He
Well, that
might
would,
be
you don't need a life changer.
60%.
You don't need. You got Dak.
Okay.
That's all
but
you need. Dak.
I don't even have my second receiver. I don't have Michael Gallup.
You got Dak.
He just had arthroscopic surgery for a meniscus tear, and I don't know when he will be back, but it will not be Sunday night.
Is Dak
so
gonna
if
be
you
there?
take away number 1, if you make him half of what he is, and you take number 2 and he's out, I am in huge trouble.
Hold on.
Congratulations, Shannon Sharpe. You won.
You see what you're trying to
You
do?
just snookered me out of 2 cases of Diet Mountain Dew because I didn't know
I
Amari.
know what you're trying to do, Skill, baby.
No, I'm just telling
I know
you
what
the
you're trying to
truth.
do.
I'm sorry.
You're trying. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to sell this without Michael Gallup and a banged up Amari Cooper. Did you see my quarterback, Jenny Taft? Oh, no. I'm not gonna let
Oh,
you do it.
yes.
But hold on. You just told me yesterday, you read off this stat, my quarterback throws the most catchable balls of everybody.
Yeah, but what
So-
did I tell you from the start? Amari Cooper changed everything.
Okay,
he finally had a legit number 1 target.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
now,
Amari going to play?
I don't know. I'm not even sure of that. But if he plays, the MRI tells me he won't be 100.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And what did the Hall of Famer, Jenny? The Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe says, if you're on that field, what, Jenny? You're 100%. That's what Skip
That is
Bayless,
true.
the Hall of Famer debater.
Help me out.
What?
If a wideout who is one of the best route runners
Yes.
in all of pro football, who specializes in stop-start routes, especially in the red zone,
Yep.
where he torched Xavier Howard twice on red zone stop-starts.
Yeah, you proud of that?
Okay, if you got an ankle issue, what does that do to that route running?
He's 100%. All I know, if I see 19,
that is a huge
all
problem.
I know, if I turn on my TV at around 5:35 Sunday night, because I think the game is probably 8:35 Sunday.
Yeah.
If I turn my TV on at 5:35 and I see 19 with a star on his helmet and see PER on the back of it, he's 100%.
If you turn on at 5:35, you will have missed the first Cowboy touchdown, but that's okay.
I thought they played Sunday night.
Yeah, but it starts before that.
Oh, no, stop it. Stop it.
Doesn't it start at like 5:20 years?
No.
Okay.
No, y'all just go to.
Okay.
So you think now? Oh, so you think every time you guys touch the ball on opening drives, y'all just going right down the field, huh?
Just love it.
That's what we got.
Okay.
We're going to have
What's better than
lean
that?
heavily on that because I don't have any receivers. So you kept saying Carson WINCE doesn't have his receivers.
He
'cause
doesn't.
He didn't have Alshon, but he will have Alshon tonight.
But Skip,
that's why I'm giving him
Big.
20 points. But who's his number 1 target? Was he without his best target?
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Is Jason Witten my guy's number 1 target? No.
Yeah.
Is Blake Jarwin? No. Is Randall Cobb? Sorry. So I'm going to be down to those guys and maybe Tavon Austin and
I
whatever.
would have felt better about Alshon had it been a long week. I can assure you, if they were 3-0, they would not be playing Alshon on a short week.
Got a calf problem.
Right, but because they're 1-2 and they don't want to fall behind any further than what they already are, they see what the Cowboys are doing.
Okay. So Alshon is back. Zach Ertz has never been gone. And I got to tell you, the truth is I'm a little surprised you've leaped off the Eagles bandwagon tonight. You've leaped off. Because here's the truth about what they are. I'm going to be totally objective about this because remember in the Pro Football Focus, even though you were very hard on Carson Wentz earlier in this topic, remember, he ranked, they went Tom Brady number one. This is just through 3 weeks. Tom Brady 1, Dak Prescott 2. Guess who was number 3? Carson Wentz.
Yes.
You did not bring that up yesterday because you didn't do your due diligence.
I know it was 3. They talk about all the drop passes, but like I said, I blacked out once. My homeboy wasn't one.
Okay, that was it. That did. You know what? You did go completely over the edge on that topic. But the point is, 2 throws away from being 3-0.
Yeah.
And if we could see those, just to remind everybody, remember the throw at Atlanta?
Yeah.
I mean, he had Aguilar right in stride.
Why do you think I gave him the name walking to him?
Okay. Well, he hadn't walked it to him all that often.
Yes, he had.
He walked that one to him on.
But you remember the earlier plays?
In Atlanta.
Look at this, Skip. That's how he got the name walking to him. Look at this.
Is that not game over right there? I got to give you big-time perfect throw on that one. That's game over. They win that game, right?
Yes.
And then I didn't love the throw against Detroit at home to Arcega-Whiteside. It's an underthrow, but still, if we could see that play, he got his hands on the ball. He got his hands on the ball. If he comes down with it, we're talking 3-0, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you won't even have the courage of your conviction to back them tonight against that struggling Aaron Rodgers?
Well, hold on. If you're dropping passes at home, what the hell are you going to do at night in Green Bay?
You got Alshon back, right? That's got to help.
He can't throw 25 balls to Alshon.
Okay, but he can throw them to Zach Ertz. It'll start to even out. He's still got Aguilar.
Well, Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Did you just showed the first video clip with Aguilar dropping the ball?
Okay.
Did you not hear the man
but
say?
He's caught a bunch of them too.
Did you not hear?
Is he good?
The guy said the apartment was on fire, and they were throwing babies out the window. and They was catching them.
Yep.
Unlike Aguilar, who was dropping everything. I might add that to the story.
Went viral.
Okay.
What about that?
That was
okay.
pretty good.
But he's very good. They are deeper at receiver than my team is. Deeper. They're not better, but they're deeper. They have more options than I have down the line.
But
right?
My guy has a significant injury, and he's coming back trying to fight through it because he's missed time. Alshon.
Yep.
Has Amari missed any time with this ankle? So clearly it's not that bad because he hadn't missed any time.
He missed practice. Well, he did.
Nobody practices anymore.
Okay.
Nobody really practices.
Yes, they do.
No,
Everybody practices.
Everybody get a day. Everybody getting days off. Now, it used to be limited to vet players. You got 10 years, you got 12 years, 15 years, you got a day off. Now guys in their second year, their third, fourth year getting days off. So everybody gets days off of practice. Oh, he got a vet day. He's not a vet. Unless you got 10 years in the NFL, you shouldn't be getting days off. Yep. What is this?
Well, I say, go, Pack, go.
You know what you said.
I love Aaron Rodgers.
No, you don't.
I love the new mellower Aaron. He's booed up, like you said. He's booed up and he's and mellowed out, right?
You know what?
I love this guy. He's going to have a whole bottle of scotch after this game because he's going to celebrate.
I want you to have, and I want you to have the energy.
Yeah.
A week from Sunday.
Yeah.
I want you to have the energy.
I want to have some energy on Monday.
I want you to come in here Monday.
Yeah.
I want you to come in here Monday.
Because I'm up against it. And I do want to congratulate you. You just beat me out of 2 cases of dew on Sunday night.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
jump
in
to
such
that.
Now, when you try, Jenny,
trouble.
Skip know I see through him.
I know.
I see it.
I think we all are seeing
He want to come in here.
Okay.
Jenny, how you doing, Jenny? I just got to say I'm not their cowboy.
Are you ready for what's ahead? You can't always predict the future, but you can game plan for it. Generations of families and businesses have harnessed the power of Pacific to help them reach their unique goals. Whether you need to save enough money to meet your needs, ensure your family is protected, or make sure you don't run out of money, Pacific Life has a variety of financial solutions that can help. Pacific Life counts more than half of the 100 largest U.S. companies as its clients and has been named one of the 2019 World's Most Ethical Companies by the Ethisphere Institute, protecting what matters most to people for 150 years and counting. That's the power of Pacific. Ask a financial professional about how Pacific Life can help you game plan for your future. Or visit www.pacificlife.com.
Patrick Mahomes is on pace to be the first player to pass for over 6,000 yards. Jared Bell of USA Today wrote an article recently admitting that Mahomes' numbers are impressive, but ultimately will not mean much without a title. Meanwhile, Lions defensive back Quandre Diggs had high praise for Mahomes ahead of their game on Sunday. Diggs said that if Mahomes can keep it up, he will break every record there is in the NFL. But Diggs prefaced his comments on Mahomes by saying that Tom Brady will be, quote, the best ever for my whole life. So keep that in mind. Shannon, do you agree that Brady is the GOAT, but Mahomes will break all the records?
Yeah, but yes, Brady is the GOAT when it comes to quarterback, Skip. That's not, I don't really know if that's even up for discussion. Jerry Rice is the GOAT receiver. But there are seasons that Sterling Sharpe was better than Jerry Rice. There are seasons that Chris Carter was better than Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is the GOAT receiver. I think where the discussion and people are trying to confuse the two is that they're saying, as an overall player from right now, Patrick Mahomes is better than what Tom Brady has accomplished. At this very moment, Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Wrong, but go ahead.
He is. Skip it simple as that.
No, he's not.
Was he a better quarterback last year?
No.
Who won the MVP?
Okay, is it my turn?
No, it's not your turn just yet. Not your turn just yet. When you look at it, he has a head start as far as yardage, as far as, touchdowns. Obviously, we understand that titles come along with being in the GOAT conversations. It's hard. You can't even, for me, you can't be in the GOAT this conversation, greatest of all times, without a title. We know that.
Sure, okay.
Karl Malone in basketball. We have Dan Marino in football, Skip. I believe you need multiple MVP regular seasons to be in the GOAT conversation. That's just me. I mean, some people might say one is enough. But for me, I believe you need multiples. Now, he has a head start. But also, Skip, what goes into the GOAT conversation. You can't just win, 6 Super Bowls and then you have 4 or 5 guys that win the MVP in that season and you don't win regular season MVPs and say, okay, I'm the GOAT because I got a bunch of these titles. It doesn't work like that. No, nobody said, look, and this is not a knock on anybody. Terry Bradshaw has 4. He works at this network. Skip, they don't bring him up in the GOAT conversation. Troy has 3. They don't bring him up in the GOAT conversation because you also have to have individual. You have to have MVPs in record-breaking seasons. He has the record-breaking seasons. I believe he's on pace to do what he did last year. That's what they call him, Mr. 55K. 50 tubs, 5,000 yards, Jenny. Just
what
like
a
walking
name.
rolling out. Yeah, Skip Bayless. You hate that.
What a nickname.
I'm not sure that's going to catch.
Yeah, it's going to catch. But Skip, this notion that, nobody thought anybody could do what Joe did. Let it play out. He has a great start to his career. And obviously, if he wants to be in the discussion down the road, Skip, he just had a birthday, 24. There's a chance he can be a 2-time league MVP and possibly a Super Bowl winner and be 24, be under the age of 25. So let's let it play out. But he has a head start to head it down that path.
Okay. So before I get into all my rebuttals to every point you just made, allow me to add some backstory to Quandre Diggs and Patrick Mahomes because they did play each other when Quandre was playing Texas versus Texas Tech. If we do have that play where the Quandre introduced himself to Patrick Mahomes, who was in for Davis Webb, who had been hurt. Here's the play in question, a little read option keep, boom. And that was the end of Patrick for that game. Ooh. And he wobbled off the field after that, not to be seen again in that game, but obviously he did bounce back in his college career. Hang on, Patrick. Hang on.
Ooh, that's a tough
one. Yeah, that's a tough hit. But the irony of this is that these two became friendly, and I think I could go as far as to say that Quandre and Patrick have become friends. They do text each other, so there's no bad blood going on there. So given the fact that they are friendly to the point of friends, now we need to reiterate what the quote was from Quandre, and he is the starting strong safety for the Baltimore Ravens, about to play Patrick.
Right.
I'm sorry, about to
played him last week.
Played him last week.
Sure.
Okay. He says, Quandre, to me, Tom Brady is going to be the best ever for my whole life. That's just how it is. That's it. That says it all to me. That's just how it is. But the way Pat's going, he's going to break every record in NFL history if he keeps this up.
Yeah.
I agree with both statements. He's on his way to shattering every record. I think there's nothing safe from Patrick Mahomes, in large part because of the offense he plays in and the mastermind, the offensive mastermind behind it.
Skip, but see, by saying that, you shortchanged this man.
Okay.
Let me tell you who else played in that offense, Skip Bayless. I'm going to give you some names, and you tell me if they put up those numbers. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Brett Favre, John Elway, Donovan McNabb.
Okay, that was the roots of this offense, but he has tweaked it. He's made it his own.
Because in the true West Coast, Skip, the offense was about getting the ball in guys' hands and letting them run with it. Where Andy has tweaked it is he pushes the ball down the field because
like
the guys
crazy.
have so much speed, yes.
Okay, so Andy Reid, to me, has become the Mike D'Antoni of the National Football League because, again, Patrick Mahomes is on his way to becoming the Steve Nash / James Harden of the Mike D'Antoni NFL offense. He's going to be the center of an incredible universe that won Steve Nash 2 MVPs, and a lot of people said he is revolutionizing the way the game is played, and then up to James Harden. And last year people were saying he's revolutionized the way offensive basketball is played, right?
Yes.
And he is the center of Mike D'Antoni's universe
Right.
that is offensive heavy, just the way Andy's culture has always been scoring based. We outscore the opposition. There's never been much of a defensive mindset for Andy Reid, which is one reason, just one reason, that he is 1-5 in championship games.
But Skip, but here's the thing. In championship games with the Eagles, for the most part, they didn't play well. Jim Johnson had some defenses.
They had decent defenses,
but Skip, you remember those championship in Tampa, when Tampa came and beat them, Rondé got that pick six that set the tempo.
Okay.
They did not play well, and that's normally what happened with Andy, and that's what normally got him in trouble. This was really the first time.
Well, actually, the one that he won and got to the Super Bowl against Belichick and Brady, that was a Jim Johnson special because Terrell Owens got hurt going into that playoff run and didn't play a single playoff game until the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
So the point is that I go back to the Athletic quote that we had from a former head coach, and he said, you play for Andy Reid, you're going to have numbers, to the point that, what's his name, Donovan McNabb, thinks he's a Hall of Famer. What Mahomes did was still amazing, talking about last year. I just don't know if you can continue to play the way he plays and not have the big mistakes. He reminds me of Favre, and I think he's going to end up having Favre moments.
Right.
Okay, well, that's what I've told you since this season started, before the season started.
But they don't say that about when Castle played for Brady. He put up big numbers and parlayed that into a big contract with Kansas City.
He wasn't doing it playing like globetrotter quarterback, where he's just trying every pass imaginable.
He played within the system.
Okay.
So what quarterback you think can play like Pat Mahomes in that system? Andy would have to call plays differently.
He now has a better Donovan McNabb.
Yes.
Maybe a way better Donovan. And I love Donovan. I'm a big fan of Donovan.
But Skip, every quarterback has a system catered to what they do really well. If Andy had a quarterback that did not have a big arm like that, he can't call plays like that. They call plays according to the quarterback. So that's why he had to tweak the West Coast. He has a guy that can throw the ball 65 yards. In the West Coast system, only a handful of guys can throw it that far. Steve couldn't throw the ball 65 yards. Joe wasn't throwing the ball 65 yards.
Agreed.
Now, Elway and Favre had the kind of arms that could launch the ball like that. But this kid is special. And to say it's all Andy is this, it's shortchanging him.
This kid is so special that he's now fallen in love with the no-look pass, and Andy Reid is all for it. Andy Reid is saying, go for it, young man.
Andy said that.
Yes, he is, because I saw two pieces. One was done by NBC, in which NBC had Brett Favre. I think we have a clip of this. He had Brett Favre and Patrick Mahomes competing against each other, throwing no-look passes. You seen this? Did you miss this? They're throwing it, trying to drop it in the basket, right? So here's Favre and Patrick Mahomes. So this is before his second year as a starter, and I'm sure Andy Reid has signed off on the fact You're doing this against Brett Favre, so you're encouraging him to throw no looks because it's spectacular. It polishes the legendary ego of one Andy Reid because look what my quarterback can do.
Well,
right?
First,
and by the way, to finish this, ESPN did a whole huge big piece about the evolution of the no look leading to Patrick Mahomes, and they had Jason Williams, you remember White Chocolate, talking about the evolution of the no look in the NBA.
Right.
So it's like he's recreating the way you play quarterback, and he is a revolutionary new toy for Andy Reid. So go ahead, but that's what he's obsessed with it now. He's enamored of it.
But Skip, but here's the thing. We all know you have to have individual success and you have to have great achievement. Because if that's the case, Robert Horry would be in discussion for the GOAT because he has 7 titles. But when you factor in, he doesn't have any MVPs, no All-Stars, no All-NBA, anything like that. So you have to factor in, it's the totality of a person's career, of his work. Brady's going to go down as the GOAT for the quarterback. So if you want to say he's the GOAT player, okay, fine, I get all that. But Skip, Michael Jordan, from the time that he entered the league until the time that he left, was not the best player, even though many consider him the GOAT now. When he first got into the league, he was not a better player than Magic Johnson, than Larry Bird. He was not.
Okay, so?
But that's what I'm saying.
But he became better.
He did.
Okay.
But that's my point. Is he the GOAT? Is he not the GOAT?
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Okay, then. So that's my point. Tom Brady can be the GOAT without being the best quarterback? That's my only point.
Okay, but my only point is Pro Football Focus through 3 games has already said Brady's playing quarterback a little better than what was Patrick Mahomes' 6th.
But Skip,
okay.
But think about the argument that they're using. The possibility that he could throw in there's a possibility down the road he might turn it over. I get analytics. But analytics shouldn't trump eye test.
Okay, so far, and this is all they're doing is they're evaluating pass to pass, like each pass. How did you throw it? And Patrick Mahomes has thrown 3 that could have been caught, that hit defenders' hands before they touched Chiefs' hands.
Right.
Okay? And twice he's put the ball on the ground, but it got recovered by Chiefs. So they're downgrading those 5 plays as negative plays. Brady's had 0 negative plays.
But Skip, here's another thing. Pat Mahomes knows he's going to be in a shootout because his defense. Tom Brady's defense is giving up what, Skip?
Okay.
They gave up 3. They gave up nothing. They gave up, 15? So Pat Mahomes' defense, he knows I got the score. So Tom Brady can be cautious with the ball. He doesn't have that luxury. So how many times does Patrick Mahomes throw the check down or throw the shallow cross to a Julian Edelman? He's pushing the ball down the field. So, yes, the chance of turnover rate rises.
All I know is that what Quandre Diggs is so right, because that's just the way it is, because Tom Brady is the uncatchable GOAT.
That's not.
Yes.
No,
well, look, he's only won 6 Super Bowls with 6 game-winning drives. How do you eclipse that?
Skip.
That's beyond Michael Jordan.
No.
Yes,
Skip,
it is.
Skip.
Because, Shannon, you have to let this get in your head.
It is.
You realize he lost another Super Bowl when he did pull off the game-winning drive with 2 minutes left. He put the Patriots ahead of Eli 14-10.
So what if he doesn't have those? What if he only has 3 game-winning drives, and he loses?
Okay,
because that's what Pro Football Focus does. He could have thrown an interception, so he could have lost.
No, but the biggest game of the year is the Super Bowl, and he won them with game-winning drives.
But my point is, Skip, is that he won. But in Pro Football Focus, they said he might have thrown an interception if they'd have caught it. But what happens if Vinatieri doesn't make the field goal?
Okay, but that's just part of the game.
That's part of the game.
Okay.
Dropping interceptions is a part of the game.
Okay, but again, he didn't throw a bunch of bad balls in the Super Bowl, or they would have lost. And when it was time to go win it, he won it 6 straight times. He won 6. He should have won 7. And by the way, he lost to the Eagles when he put up 505 yards of passing. No one's ever done that in any playoff game ever.
Skip, and he won.
It's uncatchable.
And he won a game in which he scored 13 points.
Okay, all right, but fine. But think about all the games that he won by himself. But that was a game-winning drive in that one. 5 straight completions.
But Skip,
that was the only big touchdown of the game. That's all they needed. Okay, so the point is, right now, Tom Brady showed you even last year. Let's just go back to last year. He played
better quarterback than Pat Mahomes last year.
Absolutely, because when it was time to make throws, he makes clutch throws the way no one's ever made clutch throws, and we got to see it twice against Patrick Mahomes. Time out. Think about what happened in Foxborough on that Sunday night. What happened in the 4th quarter of that game? Do you remember?
Yes, Skip.
Okay. Do you realize Tom goes 9 of 12 for 182 yards against Patrick Mahomes in the 4th quarter? And Patrick was really good. Now, he got away with the game-tying score. It was a little bit of...
After being down by how many?
Okay, 7. I mean, it tied the game at
No. They were down by more than 7.
Okay.
They were down by, 18 at one point?
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the score was. I just know that it seesawed through the whole fourth
quarter. And then the championship game, they were down by 2 touchdowns.
But what happened in this game?
Yes.
Okay, so Patrick hits Tyreek on a kind of a deeper cross.
He called him on the deep
and it was against a really soft zone, and he caught it underneath the 2 safeties, and then he just turned it up and just outran both of them for 75 yards.
Right.
That tied the game. Then what did Tom Brady do? He gets the ball back, and he goes 16 to James White, and then 39 to Gronk, and all of a sudden they get a walk-off field goal with no time left. 28 yards. It's a chip shot.
Yes.
That's Brady. He did it again. And then what did happen in the championship game? What happened in overtime? 3 straight 3rd and 10 conversions? How do you do that?
Skip.
It's unparalleled what this guy does.
But see, when I said, okay, Tom Brady got the walk-off, you say Tom Brady has the walk-off. Pat Mahomes tied the game. Tom Brady gets the walk-off. Pat Mahomes leaves the field. He's up 7. Tom goes down, ties it, gets the ball in overtime. But you said in the 2 losses, when Tom left the field, he was ahead. But you don't give Pat Mahomes any credit.
Okay, but he topped him each time. Can you top this? Yes, I can top this.
Well,
it's like 2 kids. He's 41 years old. He says, I can top that. I'll top it, and I'll top it again.
Pat Mahomes couldn't have topped Tom Brady? He didn't get the ball.
Well, who got last bats?
That's what I'm saying, Skip. I'm not debating you on the status of Brady's greatness overall. I'm just saying you make it seem like because he's the GOAT, no one can outplay him in a single season. Okay. And that's not true.
Okay, I just don't know how clutch Patrick Mahomes is on the biggest stage at the biggest moment. This guy has been clutch more than any athlete in the history of sports has ever been consistently on the biggest stage. There's never been anything like it.
This is what we know. In the AFC Championship game, Tom Brady, when they won the Super Bowl, Tom Brady got hurt, Drew Bledsoe filled in, and they won the game.
It was his first year of starting. What are you talking about?
Skip.
This is his first year.
Skip. What I'm saying is that in his first year starting, he started from day one his first year.
Okay, wait. What happened in the Super Bowl? Tom Brady's in his first year of starting.
Yes.
And John Madden's up in the box saying to America, they should shut it down. They got this kid quarterback. They should just play for overtime. Just run the ball and let the clock run out. And he goes, complete. 5 straight completions to set up Vinatieri. And it was a 49-yarder. So it wasn't easy, but he did it.
Skip, but see.
That was in his first year of starting.
I'm not arguing Brady's greatness overall. 20 years with the Super Bowl, the championships, the MVP, Skip. That's not what I'm arguing. You can have all those accomplishments and not be the best player. Being GOAT doesn't mean you're the GOAT every single year you played.
Here's what I'm arguing. Playing quarterback is not just about throwing spectacular touchdown passes. It's not.
No.
It's about executing when the pressure is greatest in the biggest moments.
Skip, you don't think
and I'll take 12 over 15 any day or night right here, right now. Right now.
Skip. He did, after being down by 2 touchdowns, he did bring his team back and have the lead. That's executing in a big moment, is it not?
182 yards passing in the fourth quarter.
Skip, what can Pat Mahomes do about that? He doesn't play defense.
Okay, Tom Brady is thinking the same thing that you're saying Patrick Mahomes is thinking. Because remember, last year, Brady's defense, Belichick's defense, was highly torchable. Do you remember what kept happening early in the year when they went to Jacksonville?
What about the end?
Do you remember?
What about the end?
Okay, what happened when they went to Miami? How torchable was Belichick's defense?
I want you to remember.
What happened?
I want you to remember
that.
that.
Was the Dolphins.
I want you to remember that.
Yeah.
So the next time you bring up 505 in the Super Bowl, I don't want to hear anything about that. Because when I tell you Pat Mahomes did what he did, you said, but Brady did this. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
But think about the mentality against Patrick Mahomes in the fourth quarter. Brady is thinking, I have to be perfect. I have to even play greater than I usually play. And what did he do, Shannon? What happened with 5 minutes left in that game? Tom Brady ran for a touchdown from 4 yards out because he's saying, I have to do everything in my power to overcome that kid against my defense because my defense is torchable.
Skip.
That's what he's saying. Did he choke?
Skip.
Did he try to do too much? Did he throw interceptable passes? Sorry.
Skip, what did Pat Mahomes have to do? He says, look at my defense. In pro football.
Same. It's the same.
Exactly.
Tit for a tat. Can you top this? And Brady said, yep, I'm 41 and I can top that.
Like you said, Brady didn't play defense in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Pat Mahomes didn't play defense in the AFC Championship.
Neither could play defense in that shootout in Foxborough.
Okay.
And guess who won it 43-40?
Yes.
So guess what? Belichick's defense gave up 40 at home, and Tom Brady said, I got you.
Skip.
I got you.
And Coach,
what are you talking about?
Andy Reid's defense gave up 43.
Okay. But what was my point? He's Mike D'Antoni. And you know what it's Mike no D'Antoni because they don't play defense. Okay. That's who he is.
Okay, we go to agree to disagree on this one.
Okay. Well, I don't.
No mercy.
Hey, football fans, are you an Amazon Prime member? Did you know that you have Thursday Night Football? Yeah, that's right. Thursday Night Football has returned to Prime Video for a third season. The cool thing is, you can catch all the action on your TV, on the web, or on your mobile device anywhere in the world. And the experience is next level. With Prime Video's X-Ray feature, you can access next-gen stats, play history, and team information. And now it's available on iOS, Android, Fire tablets, and Fire TV. If you're ready to hear a new take on the game, you can switch over to sport broadcast legends Hannah Storm and Andrea Kramer for the play-by-play. So, if you don't have cable or simply want to experience the future of football, tune in this Thursday. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern and kickoff is at 8:20 p.m. Eastern. Also available on Fox and NFL Network. NFL Network simulcast subject to change. Thursday Night Football is presented by Bud Light Platinum.
No mercy.
I'd like to move on to Tom Brady, but in a different context here because Antonio Brown, no longer a Patriot, but that didn't stop Tom Brady from liking the receiver's latest post that had New England colors. While the All-Pro is not currently on a team, his agent Drew Rosenhaus believes his client still wants to play in the NFL and continue his, quote, Hall of Fame career. Appearing on a podcast, Rosenhaus also said that teams have already shown interest in AB. So, Shannon, what do you read into what Rosenhaus is saying?
I'm just trying to figure out. This might have been the shortest retirement in the history of sports.
He's back.
He just said Sunday, Skip, I will not be playing in the NFL anymore. These owners can cancel deals, do whatever they want anytime. We'll see if the NFLPA holds them accountable. Sad they can just void contracts, guarantees anytime. Going on $40 million 2 months. We'll see if they pay up.
Yep.
Not playing in the NFL anymore. But Skip, I heard what happened was he didn't want to play against the bills alone. Phone bill, light bill, gas bill, mortgage, car note. That's what happens, Skip Bayless.
Oh.
You ever go to a restaurant, Skip, and you drinking water? It's funny, when you drinking water and that server don't come and put nothing in there, can I get some more? That's what happened when that money start going out and ain't none coming back in. All of a sudden, I want to play. I love the game too much. Skip, he's radioactive. Drew Rosenhaus is very good at what he does.
Yeah,
sure.
Look, I know a lot of agents would have washed their hands where they be.
Yep.
But Drew Rosenhaus is not like that, and I commend him.
Because he's had experience with a lot of troubled clients.
He has, Skip. But AB is not playing right now. And Drew mentions it like they want to find out what's going on. But I think
a lot of teams are interested, but they want to find out.
I don't know if it's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a lot. But not only do they want to know what's going on with the situation off the field, what's going on with AB? Because for whatever reason, he can't seem to control himself.
Nope.
Now, we had a situation late in the season, late last year in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We brought that over to the Oakland Raiders. And for whatever reason, he couldn't control his sin. He had to press sin. So what's going on with him? Forget this off the field. That's gonna crystallize itself at a later date and time. Drew, what's going on with him? Why can't he seem to control his emotions? Why can't he seem to control himself and his words? What's going on, Drew?
Very good question.
He's radioactive, Skip.
Yeah.
He's not getting signed currently. He's not, and until some kind of conclusion is drawn with this lawsuit that's pending against him, nobody's touching him. Nobody's touching him, Skip. And that's what we're thinking. Drew can say a lot of teams, he can say anything. We don't know definitively. But ain't nobody touching AB until this is resolved.
Okay. So I'm going to go a little different direction than you did, and I do agree with everything you just said about Drew Rosenhaus. But I just defended Tom Brady as the uncatchable GOAT, but that's on the football field.
Yeah.
This is a little off the football field. I did not love the fact that he continues to like these posts from AB, and he liked this post.
He did.
And it did have Patriot colors as the backdrop to AB's.
He had a star.
Yeah, and a star.
You
What does
let
that
that
tell
star?
you?
You let that star get better? You want him on your team?
He thought he was going to be the central star in the Belichick's universe.
I thought that meant he wanted to be a Cowboy.
Oh, maybe.
You want him?
Oh.
You want him?
Do not want
No,
him.
no, you got to take him.
I got some of Amari. I've got 75% of Amari for Sunday night, which is probably not enough, but I do not want Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But it troubles me that Brady continues to support him because it's over, obviously. He is not going to be a Patriot, and I don't know why Tom hangs on to this. I do hark back to what you reported the other day from a source that you know, which is that in the end, the Patriots' decision to cut him had more to do with the way he was going to be paid than the text that he sent to the second accuser.
Yep.
And if that's right, maybe Brady is just stuck in his craw. We could have figured this out. We could have figured out how to make him happier financially with the schedule of the payout.
See,
right?
the problem that I don't have a problem with the liking or whatever you want to do, but Brady had an opportunity to talk about AB on Monday.
Yeah.
And he chose not to talk about it. Oh, I can't say too
He
much.
said, I have personal feelings, but I don't want to share those.
But he want to like everything. But you see what he do?
I
He
know.
always, but
He
see,
gets away with that.
Yeah, and see, because you like it, what does that really mean? Does he like AB or he like what's being said? He likes to operate on the shroud of secrecy, leave people guessing.
Yeah.
Well, you can draw your own conclusion. Well, that's not what he really meant. That's not what he's really saying. You had an opportunity to clear it up and talk about your feet. Why is it so hard to look? From my little bit of time that I spent with AB, he was a great guy. He came in, he worked hard, he was in his playbook. I spent a little extra time with him because we were trying to get on the same page. Skip, at the end of you're a football player. You're not addressing what's going on outside the building. You're talking about your time with him inside the building.
Okay.
And so his locker was a couple of down from mine. I was like, okay.
And obviously they clicked. They just clicked. He really liked him because when Antonio decides to practice, he can really practice.
Skip, nobody asked him, nobody asked Brady's his opinion on the case. All he had to do was say, you know what, the little time that he was here a little over a week. I really like the guy. I like how hard he worked. He's really passionate. He was really starting to pick up the offense. I think we could have been special. Unfortunately, circumstances beyond my control. It didn't go. We didn't get an opportunity to finish it.
Okay.
Boom, no problem. Everybody's like, okay,
I think we'd be okay with that. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that.
Hey, I got some really personal things that I really can't. But you're gonna like but everything he puts out, you like it. Man, miss me with that, Tom.
So I don't want to get too deep with this, but I'm going to get this off my chest. The caption to the post was from AB. Remember, when you're back against the wall and the world be against you, you just wait on the Lord, and then hashtag call God. Well, this is, again, I believe in God, but my God doesn't work quite the way maybe Antonio's does. Again, has his behavior consistently been what you'd call godly, reverent behavior? No, obviously it has not. Does he think he has a special deal with God that no matter how he acts, that in the end God will save him? I don't know. Maybe so. I guess so.
Skip, when you're back, you can't say, well, yeah, your back is against the wall, but when you back yourself into the corner, how's the world against AB when if you jump on his feed, you'll see he got so many defenders. AB, you right, AB, you wrong.
Yeah.
When you know he wrong. You can't get mad at the man for finding you for missing practice. How you gonna get mad at your employer for docking you for not coming to work?
Good point.
And AB, you right, AB. AB don't need the NFL. Y'all keep believing these players ain't got that NBA money.
Okay.
LeBron James can walk away from right now, Skip Bayless.
Yep.
Because LeBron James got about $600 million.
I think he's fine.
He be cool.
Yep.
AB ain't got it like that.
No.
Because you know why? Because AB spends like he got LeBron money. AB needs to play football. There's a difference between wanting to and needing to.
Yep.
He needs to play.
So to finish this off, Tom Brady likes, well, then he co-signs on all of the above.
Yes.
The caption and the post. And is it a potential way of further empowering or enabling AB to be AB that you don't like? Sure it is.
But it's also, Skip, that's really one of the only ways that he can kind of get back at Coach Belichick too.
Maybe. That's real deep water.
But you think about, Skip, when Malcolm Butler was benched, Malcolm Butler posted something. Who was the first guy that liked the post?
The day after the Super Bowl. And the whole team was, because remember, a bunch of Patriots posted basically what just happened. Why didn't our guy Malcolm Butler play a single defensive snap after he played the most defensive snaps during the regular season? Why did he wind up in the doghouse? Because nobody knew. And the post from Malcolm was, I didn't do anything you're accusing me of, or the reports are accusing me of. That he said he was on his usual behavior.
But even so, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, he was late. And he said he wasn't. I have no reason to believe that he was. I won't take him at his word.
Okay.
If you getting torched like that, what the hell do you have to lose? Skip, if my house is flooding, and I don't care if it's a Louis jacket, a Gucci jacket, I don't care if it's Givenchy, I'm plugging holes. Skip, you lose and they're torching you. What do you got to lose by throwing his ass in the game?
Thank you. At least at halftime?
Yes!
Because he started Eric Rowe, who's now the starting cornerback for the Miami Dolphins.
And you see what's happening. You see what's happening with Miami?
Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
Yes.
But why did he start Eric Rowe? Because there was a little ego involved, because he had stolen Eric Rowe from the Eagles.
Or thought he had.
Yeah.
The Eagles might have laid the trap for him.
Okay, so he was going to turn an ex-Eagle on the Eagles offense.
Right.
Watch what I can do with a big, tall, long corner.
Right.
Eric Rowe. Watch. I watched 41 points.
And at the end of the day, Skip, look, situation with AB off the field gets resolved. The NFL is going to want AB to go see someone, because his behavior doesn't jive with what they would want NFL player or conduct that's representative of this league.
Agree.
That
is it.
Skip, for a guy to behave, he's right there. Somebody's about to hand you a check for $30 million, and before you give it to him, you slap him, and they pull the check back. Okay, somebody's about to give you a check for $15 million, and they stick it out, and you punch him in the stomach, and they pull it back. Skip, there's something wrong.
Yep.
That's not logical. And people are like, well, no.
Yeah.
A logical, a prudent, a rational thinking person is not going to behave like that.
They're not. I agree with that. And don't get me started on Drew Rosenhaus saying he'll continue his Hall of Fame career. I think we'll decide that.
I was thinking about, I'd love to be listening in on those conversations.
Does Drew know how the Hall of Fame work? Does he know that these reporters out here, and he's had, Skip, do you know how long he's going to have to wait if he gets it? Do you realize that?
Okay, so far he's led the league in catches twice and in yards receiving twice.
And touchdown once.
Yeah, one.
And he's been an All-Pro, 3 times? First team All-Pro, I think 3 times, maybe 4. Gone to the Pro Bowl, 5, 6 times?
He did go to the Super Bowl his rookie year where they lost Aaron Rodgers, and he had 3 targets, 1 catch for 1 yard.
Right.
So I don't know if that.
And remember, Skip, the new guidelines. They can consider off-the-field behavior if it takes place on the sidelines, if it takes place in the locker room.
All a part of it.
That's the new TO rule. Like it or not, the Hall of Fame added that addendum to the guidelines, to the bylaws.
Yep.
Okay, well, boy, there's going to be something new every day. That's kind of where we're at with AB.
Do you have a favorite NFL team or player? Think about how much better they must play and recover after high-quality sleep. More than 1,800 NFL players are now sleeping on Sleep Number beds. Sleep Number beds allow you to adjust on each side to your ideal firmness, comfort, and support. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you sleeping comfortably through the night. With Sleep IQ technology inside the bed, it tracks how you're sleeping so you can know every morning how well you've slept, plus gain insights for your best sleep. Experience the smart, effortless comfort of the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. Find your competitive edge with proven quality sleep from $999. Sleep Number is the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL. You'll only find Sleep Number at one of their 575 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find the one nearest you at sleepnumber.com/cadence.
No mercy.
Welcome back to Undisputed. It's time to dive into Super 6 NFL Sunday, the new free-to-play game where you can win up to $250,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money. How about that? One of the Super 6 matchups this week, which we'll get into now, is Lamar Jackson and the Ravens hosting Baker Mayfield and the Browns. And ahead of the AFC North matchup this weekend, Baltimore safety Earl Thomas said his team was tired of the media talking about the OBJ and Baker connection, while the QB has been dubbed as the next savior. Meanwhile, Baker clapped back at Rex Ryan after Ryan called him overrated as hell on Monday. Take a listen to this.
In the wise words of Freddie Kitchens, if you don't wear orange and brown, you don't matter. And Rex Ryan doesn't have any colors right now for a reason, so it's okay.
Shannon, did you like Baker responding to Rex Ryan there?
No. Who are you talking on the field? Skip, you know what I didn't hear? When everybody was saying Baker Mayfield is going to be an MVP, because Vegas said Baker Mayfield is getting heavy money bet that he's going to be the MVP. Rex Ryan said, hell, I even bought into the hype.
He did.
Did Baker Mayfield say...
He said not to the point I thought he was going to
be MVP, but he's out brought into it.
Yes.
Did Baker Mayfield says there's a reason... That's the reason why Rex Ryan doesn't have a job in the NFL, because he believe I'm good. Did he do that?
Oh, that.
Not one time.
Hadn't thought of it that way.
Me and my sister was talking yesterday. My sister is in the church, Skip, and she said, Shannon, you ever notice when things go wrong and people like, God, why me? Not one time when things go well, they say, God, why you do this to me? Why you give me all these blessings?
Well, you think.
You thinking,
right.
but you don't ask him, why, God, why you bless me like this?
Yeah.
But you sure ask him, why, oh, me.
When it's the other way.
Why Baker,
you.
what criticism? Oh, there's a reason why he out of the league. There's a reason why he's not coaching. But when you give him that credit, not one time do you hear any player ever criticize. I can see why that guy out of the league. He think I'm going to be pretty good. He think we got a pretty good team. Have you ever heard that? I ain't heard that. The expectations is what's encapsulated, what's got this team. Because, Skip, nobody thought anything last year. So everybody could be free. Now what we have, what we call expectations. Division, Steelers lose Le'Veon and AB. They got they influx, maybe what's going on there. Lamar Jackson, can he be good? We already know what Cincinnati is. They ain't going to be nothing anyway. Oh, this Baker time to shine. And now all of a sudden, but let me tell you one thing. Oh, Baker, you said in the words of Freddie Kitchen, where in the words of Shannon Sharpe, if Freddie Kitchen don't start winning games, he ain't going to be in the brown and orange. And in the words of Shannon Sharpe again, if Baker Mayfield don't start winning some games, he ain't going to be in the brown and orange. So you believe that, too.
Boy, you have sure turned on Baker
They're just
Mayfield.
No. I haven't turned, Skip.
Just crushing him.
No. Let me tell you, if somebody would have said, Shannon Sharpe is overrated as hell, I wouldn't have said a word. You know what I done, Skip? I went out there and hung 100 on him in 2 tubs. I said, that ain't bad for an overrated guy, huh? That's what I would have done.
Okay.
Different response.
But if they did it now, you'd fire right back at them on
Oh,
Twitter.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You'd say, who are you?
But, Skip, I get that all the time. I don't know how you get that. You don't deserve that job. You ain't even qualified. I say, God gave Noah the ark. He wasn't a carpenter. He didn't build nothing. You know what Noah, Skip? What he was? He was a farmer. Plow. And he built the ark.
He did.
So I don't need to be, I got it. I'm old Skip Bayless looking out for you, boy.
You got the animals coming to your defense 2 by 2,
All the time.
right? The whole animal kingdom is coming to your defense.
Yes.
Picturing that right now.
Okay, I disagree with you this time because usually I'd be all for everything you just said because any other quarterback in this league, I'd say ignore the noise. Shut out the criticism.
Yeah.
Just do what you do best because you have enough trouble beating the opposition on Sunday.
Right.
Don't sort of stoop down to the level of the critics.
Right.
Don't get caught up in it.
Right.
Don't fire back. Don't respond.
Right.
I always tell both of you, just leave it alone.
Ignore it.
Yeah, just let it be.
It's hard sometimes, but
Not how this guy is built. I actually love this because it showed me he's turning back into Baker Mayfield. The fire in his belly is still starting to, it went from smoldering to raging yesterday. And he took a shot back at Rex. And again, for anybody else, I don't love it. But remember who this kid is, and he's still a kid. He actually acts like an older guy. You always think of him as older than a kid, but he's a kid.
Do you know if Rex Ryan was calling a defense, do you know what Rex Ryan would do to this kid?
But that's not the point right here. That's not what just happened. What have we seen from Baker Mayfield? What was he in college? A 2-time walk-on. You ever heard of a 2-time walk-on?
No.
Winning the Heisman Trophy?
No.
He walked on at Tech, and then he just said, I'm out, when he fell out with Cliff Kingsbury, and he said, I'm just going to walk into Oklahoma. I'm just going to walk in. I'm going to be a student in the dorm for a whole year. I'm going to play on the intramural softball team. You believe in that? He was Babe Ruth, they said.
I'm sure.
Yeah. and then he walks into Stoops' meeting and says, Coach, do you know who I am? Yeah. I know you. You played at Tech.
Right.
I want to play for you want to play for us? Sure, you can come on out. Heisman Trophy happened. National semifinal happened. Twice, actually.
Right.
So now he's back with chip on shoulder. And I'm starting to see him turn back into that guy because he's not good as an overdog, as a favorite, because all of a sudden the target became way too big on all their backs because this team wasn't good enough to back this up.
So he ain't have no chip.
And by the way, you helped lead some of the preseason hype.
I got no problem. But let me ask you a question. Where was that chip in Tennessee? He didn't have that chip on the shoulder then?
Okay, but they were the prohibitive favorites to win the division.
Okay, what about last week against the Rams?
All right, well, it's the fallout of that, and the Rams are really good.
Okay.
And that could be the best defense in pro football, maybe even better than Belichick's. It's really good, and that coordinator, as you well know, Wade Phillips, he just might be the best.
But Skip, at some point...
And I'm going to remind you,
Yeah.
what just happened? Here's what happened. They had it 1st and goal, and on 3rd down, he hit the backup tight end because Njoku's out, but he's 6 feet 7 inches tall, and he hit him up in the hands, right?
Yeah, the DB made a great play.
The DB made a really good play. What if that gets completed? They're going to overtime. Would you give Cleveland a chance at home in overtime?
Yeah.
Sure you would. So it came that close to them being 2-1. So Freddie Kitchens is saying we're close to turning the corner, right? Okay.
But Skip, everybody's saying that. What do you think Doug Peterson saying?
Well, you could easily say that's why I told you to open this show. They're 2 throws away from being 3-0.
Bill Parcells had the best quote maybe ever.
You are what?
Your record says.
You are.
What is your record?
Yeah.
They're 1-2. That's what they are.
Okay,
They're 1-2
they are,
football.
and I agree with that. But now he is who he is again. He's taking a shot back at Rex. And by the way, just for the record, Rex Rex was 8 years a head coach.
Yeah.
And he went 61-66. In those last 2 years in Buffalo, he went 8-8 and then 7-8 and got fired before the last game.
Right.
So he's a sub-500 coach who his first 2 years as a head coach nearly broke through.
Yep.
And he did beat Brady at Brady one time with a great defensive plan, but he had Mark Sanchez as his young quarterback, and they got to 2 straight AFC championship games. Well, then after that, not much good happened.
But the
right?
one thing he can do, Skip,
Okay, he can coach defense.
He can coach defense.
Okay, but I can make the case that as a head coach,
Yeah.
he's overrated as hell as a head coach, right?
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of star power to him because he's a great talker
Yeah.
and he has great charisma
Yeah.
and
Great
he wasn't good with the media. It was must watch.
Yeah.
Every media
right.
session, I would watch it live because you never knew what would come out of it.
Skip, every backup singer is not meant to be lead.
Nope, you got
And every great
I
defensive
totally
coordinator,
agree.
offensive coordinator,
Totally
not meant to be a
agree.
head coach.
No, I'm with you.
And Wade Phillips said, hey, Shannon,
Yep.
you know what? I'm a lousy head coach, but I'm a hell of a defensive coordinator.
And I would say that for Rex
Yes.
because there were times I thought he was the best defensive coach in football.
But Skip, Baker could have easily said, go at it, do what he does to Baltimore, throw for 300, get 3 touchdowns, they win. You know what? That wasn't a bad performance for an overrated guy.
Not how he's built. He needs the chip back on his shoulder. He needs to start fighting back because he wasn't good as the young leader of the favorite. Has he ever had that position
No,
before?
he didn't, but where did he going in?
Yeah.
Now, what did Earl Thomas say? We motivated because we tired of hearing about how good Cleveland is.
Okay, but who was pushing that in their meeting room? John Harbaugh was.
Yeah.
How smart was that on John Harbaugh?
Smart.
They're the most talented team in our division.
Yeah.
Well, you could make a case for that,
Saying.
but he knows because he's got a veteran bunch of tough
Yes,
guys, right?
yes.
And so he's pushing all the right buttons because Earl Thomas said, wow, we'll see.
We're not chopped liver over here.
We're not chopped liver.
Yes.
And again, are they going to chop up Cleveland's liver on Sunday? They might.
They better come to play.
Okay.
They better come to play.
But I'm going to dig in right here. I'm not writing off the Cleveland Browns.
No.
They got a rough opening stretch here because they go at Baltimore, then at San Francisco on a Monday night, Seattle at home. and then they get their bye, but then they go at New England. But then the last 9 games of this schedule, every game is winnable for the Cleveland Browns. So if they could just win a couple of these games, if they could, I don't know. I'm not writing them off for winning at Baltimore. I think it'll be a good game.
A big one.
Okay?
It'll be a great
That's
game.
a really big one.
So, again, if they could win a couple of these next 4, I don't think they can win at New England, obviously. But if they could just stay afloat and hit that last 9 games, go look at those games because they're all winnable.
But nobody has a problem with anybody that used to coach or maybe not a former player when they heap praise. It's only when they critique or analyze or have some criticism. I mean, we can't, if you playing bad, we lose all credibility. If you're up here praising somebody and you know, the people at home know guys when guys are playing bad, Skip, oh, but he played, oh, he unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. Baker, you're not playing good. Your team's not playing good.
He's not. I agree.
Rex can't get out there like, but hey, Baker's playing good. They're not playing good, but no.
Okay, so Baker's back in that, okay, watch this mode.
Yes.
Let's see what happens.
That's when he
Right.
seems
Yeah.
to play best.
You got it.
So.
And again, I don't love all the behavior. It's just how he's made.
I'm taking
Likes it.
I'm taking the former game show host. I'm taking old Wink Martindale.
Are you?
Oh, Wink Martindale got something.
Baltimore's defensive coordinator. And he's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip, it's something in the water.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, Marvin Lewis and John Pagano.
Yeah.
Is it John? No, what's he was former head coach of Indy. Is it
Chuck.
Chuck Pagano.
Pagano.
Chuck Pagano. John is his brother
Yes.
in San
I was like,
Diego.
wait a
That was
second.
in San Diego.
But you're talking about the tree coming out of Baltimore.
Jack Del Rio, Rex Ryan, Mike Smith, Mike Nolan.
Did you say Marvin? Yeah.
Marvin
okay.
started it. Marvin was the
Okay.
DC,
Yeah.
and Rex was on his staff
Yeah,
with
it
Jack
was
Del
all- they
Rio
all
and all
came
those
out
guys.
of there.
He was a
Yeah,
coach
he was there when I was
there.
in 2000.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
That was our defensive
Knowing Wink
staff.
Martindale,
It's not a bad gig.
by Friday, he'll say that Baker Mayfield's on a path to be better than Tom Brady
Yeah.
because that's how he does it, right?
Everybody.
No.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Every quarterback.
See how he does with that chip on his shoulder. If the Browns do beat the Ravens, they'd be tied at 2-2 atop the AFC North. You know, not too bad.
Mercy.
How about this one? The Eagles are off to a rough start to the season at 1-2, and now have to face the Packers in Green Bay tonight on Fox. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are sitting pretty at 3-0, looking to be the first team this season to win 4 games. And we're now joined by Fox Sports contributor Rob Parker.
So
What's
what
up?
do
Good
you
morning.
contribute today?
Rob Parker.
I got good stuff
We got a
for
lot
you.
to contribute.
Plenty of good stuff, as usual. You know that.
Since we're talking about this game, Rob, who wins tonight?
The Green Bay Packers go to 4-0, Skip. I know he's not that happy about it. You won't be. Are you all right with it?
Just wait until you hear what he has to say.
Okay,
Let's
all
hear what
right.
you
The
got,
Eagles
though.
in the Cowboys division. You know, that's
Oh,
where
is that-
it's
oh,
Hear
going.
where
Yeah.
you- where
Yeah,
you're
that's
going.
all about, you're right, all about the Cowboys. But I think when you look at where the Packers are, in my power rankings on the radio show, the Packers are my number 1 team. And people go, wait a minute, Patriots, Chiefs, look at what they're doing, blah, 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 blah. But let's look at what the Packers have done in their 3 wins. They're playing good teams, 2 teams that were in the playoffs a year ago already through the first 3 games, right? This is through the first 4. Eagles made the playoffs and the Bears made the playoffs. When you look at what the Cowboys have done, they haven't played anybody, and they played teams with terrible defenses. Miami's last, Giants are next to last, Redskins are 26. You're supposed to dismantle those teams.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is when you look at Aaron Rodgers, he's had to go up, and everybody's like, oh, his numbers are down. He only has 4 touchdowns, and he's in the middle of the pack of quarterback ratings or whatever. So, but he played the Bears, number 3 defense a year ago. The Vikings, number 4 defense a year ago. He's gotten 2 divisional wins already. They have a real defense. The last time he had a top 10 defense, what did he do, Shannon? Won a Super Bowl. The last 3 years, they haven't had a top 20 defense. And people are saying Aaron Rodgers is going the other way. No.
Mainly led by you.
Yes, he can't go the other way if you don't have a defense to help you out. This year, 8 takeaways already. And here's the other great part. 2 of those games that they won, their defense made plays to win games in the end zone. I love Wentz in a lifetime. I really do. I think he's a fantastic quarterback.
Don't do that. Get that pride on your face. Get that pride on your face.
But
I like that.
in this game here, I think here's the situation we're going to see. Thursday nights, his last 4 Thursday nights, 10 touchdowns, no picks. This is Aaron Rodgers. You know he don't turn the football over. Aaron Rodgers will win this, and this will be the first breakout offensive game for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I think he'll have a big night, 3 touchdowns. He'll put up some yards. But he is following. He got a new coach, new offense, new offense. And I think he's followed. Everybody said he's hard to coach. He doesn't listen. He wants to do his improvise. What has he done? He's followed suit. They're winning. They got a defense.
I'm taking the Pack in a close one. I think the short week is really.
By the way, didn't get a final score of 49-6?
No. I got 28-17.
Okay.
Packers.
Skip, I just hate. The reason why I don't like Thursday nights because the visiting team is at a decided disadvantage.
Yeah, sure.
And then they try to keep it close. You know, you don't have one team play on the East Coast flying all the way to California. You don't have situations like that. But it's still there at a disadvantage. And the Eagles are not playing particularly well, especially no aspect of the game because they're not protecting Wentz. They're not running the football. The defense is not taking the ball away. The back end of the secondary is not very good. And I think that's just a recipe for disaster. Short week, and you're not playing good in all facets of the game. Their defense has been unbelievable. 12 sacks. You mentioned the 8 takeaways. 5th and quarterback hits at almost 8 a game. And what does the Eagles' offensive line allow people to do? Get to their quarterback. They don't run the football. The Smith acquisition, Skip, and Green Bay, and what they've started to do, because they just wanted, Ted Thompson wanted, I'm going to develop these young guys. Now they go out there, sign free agents. They got Preston Smith and Darius Smith. And
they're making plays.
Yes, and they're making plays. They drafted Jair Alexander. He's been unbelievable. Martinez, the middle linebacker. They're playing well. But this is Mike Pettine's defense. The defense has been implemented they had last year. Offense is going to take a little time, but I would have any other guy running this thing and when he gets on track.
Yep.
Than that guy.
When he gets on track.
Which will be he could make sure you're on track next Sunday.
Yep. Well,
We'll be ready for that. This is the warm-up for that.
So, for once in the history of this show, I sure hope Rob Parker's right because I believe every word that came out of his mouth. Because today and today only, I love Aaron Rodgers.
Weird to hear you say
He is the greatest thrower of the football ever.
really
He is
weird.
Transcendent.
That's
He is
how
also the greatest leader in the history of football.
He's a
His
Leadership,
teammates
too.
love him. His coaches love him. He is a coach's dream and a dream teammate. He's a greater leader than Tom Brady ever thought about being. And I'm not going to bring up the fact that it's been 8 long years since he played in his last Super Bowl, but we don't care about that.
Yeah, clearly you do.
Yeah.
Tom Brady went 10 years between Super Bowl winning and Super Bowl.
We don't care about the fact that Aaron Rodgers, outside that 4-0 wild card road run to the Super Bowl, remember that?
Yeah.
He has 5 other playoff victories, but I'm not going to bring up the
Are you going to
fact
bring up that
today.
his defense gave up 40 or more points in all those games?
Okay, so he beat Joe Webb and Kirk Cousins, and then there was the Dez Catch game, and then
Tom
there was
Brady?
the Odell Boat Trip game, and then there was the Mason Crossbar game.
Well, he beat Jared
Those are
Goff.
5
You
wins.
have little to no respect
But
for
I'm
Jared
not
Goff.
going to talk about that today
Don't,
because
yeah.
today and tonight, Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback who ever played. You can have Tom Brady, you can have Joe Montana, you can have John
Whatever.
Elway. I want Aaron Rodgers.
I bet you do.
And I believe in my friend Lil Wayne, who just texted me, we got you. Meaning
Ooh.
tonight he's got our backs because we, Dallas,
good.
need Aaron Rodgers, to beat them, the Philadelphia Eagles, tonight.
If you see
We need it,
I should
and
go
we
with these.
got it because Lil Wayne guarantees it,
I
and
like
I'm
that he
good to go.
texted you.
Can I change?
good to
I
go.
might change my pick.
Yeah.
I might change my pick.
Okay,
I
you're
don't get you because man, you do it. You do it too much.
happy
Yeah,
about
he too
Aaron,
extra.
go.
He too extra. Yeah. Oh, he's the greatest
You're
leader.
genius.
He's the
Yeah.
greatest
He's
player.
great. He's
But
got the
Skip, this
thickest skin in the history of pro football.
This isn't going to help the Cowboys when the time comes and they have to play real teams. They feasted on nobody in this league. Those numbers are all fraudulent.
All I know
Everything that they've done so
if
far.
Rob Parker is right for once in his life, that tonight at about around 11:30 Eastern, midnight Eastern.
Yeah.
One team, the Eagles, will be 1-3, and my team will be 3-0.
Oh, that game better be going
1
up.
and 3,
That game better be
3-0.
going up by then. That game come on at 5:20. The kick
no,
that's
I'm doing
Eastern.
Eastern.
No, 5:20. That's 8. You know, I better be going off. I better be going off by about.
Because you got to get some sleep.
Yeah, I better be going off by 8 o'clock.
Well, I just hope I don't go to sleep early in this game because the Eagles are.
You ain't going to sleep early. You watch every sporting event.
And every
watch-
minute of it,
to the
you know you don't
to the
go to
end of the
sleep.
whistle.
You're gonna watch
You
your
listen to
favorite
press
guy
conferences. You
today.
watch everything.
And
Aaron
deep
Rodgers.
down, you're hoping, Skip. Deep
I
down.
love the new Aaron because he is booed up, says you, and he is mellowed out, says me, and he loves to go home and sip his scotch. And tonight he might have the whole bottle celebrating one of the biggest solo stage victories of his career. I think he's going to have his coming out party tonight. And he's going to be dropping dimes to Devontae Adams and to
Scantling.
Yeah,
Scantling Valdez.
What score do you have? So you got this big?
I got it hugely 27-20 because I do still respect the fact that Carson Wentz, his numbers should be better. And he did throw a ball to Aguilar. If we could see these passes, because I just want to put the Eagles in perspective because I'm trying to be objective about it.
Because they're a good team, the Eagles.
Okay.
They haven't played well, but I mean on paper, right?
As Bill Parcells once said, and as the Hall of Famer reminded me of, you are what your record says you are. And their record says they're 1-2 because of the throw to Aguilar that he hit him right in the hands. And it was a sweet throw. It was one of the best throws I've seen.
Walking to him.
Carson,
That's how he got the name, right there.
WICE. You got to catch that. And if he catches that, I'm pretty sure he's going to score.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to have a different story in that game. That was nice. He actually had a guy right in his face. He took a shot right under the chin.
That's what makes him.
And then he threw another ball that was a little underthrown.
Stop it.
To Arcega-Whiteside. And again, he did get his hands on it. But if he does snatch it from the DB, we're having a 3-0 conversation. We got 2 undefeated
Are
teams.
you impressed by Dak's numbers?
Well, I'm going to get to that in just a second because here's what's about to happen to the Philadelphia Eagles. If they fall to 1-3, he's bet me 5 cases of Diet Mountain Dew that the Cowboys will miss the playoffs, which means he needs his Eagles to win the division because last time I checked, the division winner gets an automatic pass into the playoffs.
Yep.
And you would lose 5 cases if my team backs into the division once again.
Like you did last year.
That would be 3,
Like you did last
That would
year.
be 3 times in 4 years
Yeah,
that Dak has won the
Like you
division.
did last year. You lost 2 of your last 3 and you backed in.
So here's what's about to happen to your Eagles. They do get one little bye week break against the Jets at home. But then they have to go to the Vikings. They have to go to my Cowboys. Then they have to go to Buffalo. That's no cakewalk now. They get the Bears at home. Then they
They'll beat
get
the Bears.
New England at home.
Beat
And then they get Seattle at home. Again, no gimme.
Beating both of them.
Yeah. And then it gets easy down the stretch. But by then, they could be 2-9. I don't know. They could be.
I'm thinking 10. I'm thinking
Could
10 and
be.
6.
Are you 10-6? I'm still hanging in at 12-4 with my team because I really like my team. Except for this Sunday night, I don't love my team because all of a sudden you got a break. That's why I need the Eagles to lose tonight because I am fearing we're in trouble on Sunday night because Amari Cooper
Man,
had
nobody
an
buying that sass.
MRI yesterday on Tuesday actually.
Man, stop trying to. Will you
MRI.
stop that? Stop trying to pretend like, oh, Mark Cooper might not play. Oh, he's questionable. He's doubtful.
How
Stop
many
it.
players in the history of pro football have had an MRI for fun? Just because they enjoy the MRIs. Have you ever had an MRI?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
It's
well, I've had
precautionary.
too many of them,
It's
and you get
They're not
stuck in a
fun.
tube. You've had MRIs.
You know what? I
for
have had one. I do. It's
45
brutal.
minutes,
It's brutal.
and they give you can listen to music, but it goes thump, 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 prrr, thump, 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 thump. And again, Amari didn't go for fun. That means something is wrong with
I
Amari
go
Cooper.
lay up in there.
Yeah.
No.
'Cause I
You go
pay-
to sleep?
Yeah, I go to sleep. I make sure. I pay $25,000 a year in insurance, and I'm gonna get all my $25,000.
You gonna get it?
That's what
Mr.
he
Sharpe,
keeps
we need
saying.
an MRI. Okay, what time?
Okay, so you sit in that tube, you
Sure,
lie in that
I
tube.
will. Yep.
Yep,
It's
for 45
claustrophobic.
Makes me nervous.
It makes
Thank
me
you.
crazy.
Thank
I
you.
hate it.
Yeah.
I've been there
There
one
you go.
time.
No.
Move. It doesn't work the right way.
I think we're in trouble for Sunday night, but
No,
tonight we got this.
Skip, stop. Will you please stop trying to say that Amari
I
Cooper
hope
might
the
not play?
MRI was
Three.
And will you
negative.
give Aaron Rodgers credit after they win this game?
Sure.
4-0
Yeah.
and he breaks
No.
out?
Then, unfortunately, they get 10 days to get ready for Dallas.
What you mean get rid of
Hearing
them?
you praise
They really don't
Aaron
need 10 days.
Rodgers is
Yes.
real confusing.
But it's
Skip.
just, it's so
throwing me
true.
off.
I love him so
He
much.
loves him so much.
He's booed up.
Oh,
We got-
look at that.
Booed up and
He's
all
booed up with
everything you
Skip.
said
Skip is
today.
booed up
I'm
with
not
him.
going to
I am.
forget.
I'm booed up with him.
Booed up with Aaron
He's my
Rodgers.
new boo.
We're gonna
really
see.
throwing
You had
me
a week from Monday. I want you to have this kind of energy.
Yes.
A week from
Yeah.
Monday.
I love Aaron.
Please, if they're still booed up. Rob, good stuff as always.
No mercy.
Tom Brady isn't hiding the fact that he is 42 years old. Brady has been limited in 3 of the last 4 Patriots practices. The QB had this to say about his extra rest during the week. Take a listen.
Football is it's a contact sport, so I wouldn't say I'm a spring chicken anymore. So I'm trying to just, feel as great as I can and see how it goes tomorrow. But I feel pretty good.
Good old spring chicken. Shannon, don't roll your eyes. What do you make of Brady's comments?
Must we skip? Really?
Really?
First of all, football is a collision sport. And Tom, you don't have very many collisions because they've done an excellent job of the NFL of legislating the punishment of the quarterback out of the game. And plus, the offense in which you throw. There's a lot of quick passes to Edelman and swings to the running back. So stop this. It sounds like he's building in an excuse to me because if he starts to play bad, he's 42. Remember, he's 42. I want to hear that. Did Michael Jordan ever say anything about age? Because we do.
Not that I remember.
Why not, Skip? Well, he's playing the best football in his life. Don't look like he's lost a step to me.
Well, does it to you?
Look,
No.
this is what we know. Starters don't give up reps voluntarily. That's what we know. That's how he got his job. And he did everything he possibly could. That's why he fought that suspension so hard. Yeah, he wanted to clear his name, but he didn't want them looking at Jimmy G. Just like you don't want them looking at Jared Stidham. Look, I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear about your age. I don't want to hear nothing. All I know is that you're going to go down the field, and then he throw, and then Skip Bayless going to come in here on Monday. The guy's 42 and just threw for 400 yards. So miss me with that, Tom. And all you guys that's slurping up that bull jive that he's putting in a dish and serving, you guys stop it. Skip, my head hurt with him. What about pliability? Oh, pliability is so pliable.
It's 42. No
Fly,
spring
Tom,
chicken.
fly, right?
You know what's good? And you bought it hook,
No,
line.
I did not.
You
missed the
didn't.
boat and the point once again, Mr. Sharpe.
I bought it.
This is what you call false humility. This is what you call humble brag. In golf betting, and I do play a little golf myself, it's called sandbagging when you say your handicap is much higher than it actually is. In coach speak, it's called poor mouthing when you say, we don't have a chance Saturday or Sunday. He is laying it on thick because he is taking a sarcastic shot at his critics, led by the man across the table from me. He is well aware of your criticism of him. He is well aware of your disdain and your disgust for day after day what he says or posts on social media.
Nothing. It ain't nothing.
Oh, there you go. He is also well aware that Pro Football Focus ranks him the #1 quarterback in the entire NFL after 3 games just on his pass-to-pass-to-pass performance. And he knows for a fact that all of a sudden he's got Coach Belichick on the run because, speaking of Jared Stidham, what did he do when he was inserted into the game against the New York Jets the other day?
We didn't anticipate playing, so we didn't put our
You
best
weren't
foot
ready?
forward.
You didn't prepare? There goes Jamal Adams. There goes Jamal Adams with a...
Josh Gordon. Now, Tom Brady threw that pass. Josh Gordon catch it. Now, Stidham, he ain't do nothing. He ain't catch it.
I think that was uncatchable.
No.
Uncatchable, and he's off to the races for a pick 6, Jared Stidham. And then what did Coach Belichick do the next series? Because, again, they got the ball right back. Who went into the game? Tom goes back into the game.
Yeah.
And then they had 2 more series to close out the game. Did Jared Stidham get another chance? He did not.
Well, we've seen this before. If you remember, they did the same thing. They were blowing out Miami one year. And they put the quarterback that replaced him when he tore his Matt Castle in. And he threw a pick 6. And Coach Belichick snatched his butt out, and they were up like 45-7. He snatched him out and put Tom back in there.
Okay.
So Coach Belichick ain't playing.
So what did Coach Belichick do yesterday? He went out and signed Cody Kessler.
He did.
I liked Cody Kessler coming out of USC. I thought
Cody
he was
Kessler was
pretty
terrible.
good.
You know he
He's
wasn't
not terrible. He's been
terrible.
not very good in the
Yeah,
National
exactly.
Football League, and he's bounced here to there, here to
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
But again, Coach Belichick said, I need another quarterback. Now, ostensibly, the sort of party line was, Well, poor Jarrett, because Tom hasn't been able to practice. That poor Jarrett.
You don't want to throw Jarrett's arm out.
Okay, Jarrett has to do first team snaps, and then he has to do scouts team snaps.
Right.
And so it's a lot of throws to make him practice. So we need basically what's called a camp arm, except it's a practice arm in Cody Kessler. But I think that Tom thinks he's got Coach Belichick on the run because Jarrett Stidham is not the new Jimmy G because he stunk it up in his first
What game? So how did Tom Brady play in his first game? His first game as a starter, did he win or did he lose?
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay, but see, now it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying, Jenny? Do you notice the theme? Now, anybody else coming in first? Whoa.
Did he come in for a team that had won 6 Super Bowls?
Whoa, time out.
Was he replacing a quarterback?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Time out. What do you got?
I'm talking.
Well, again, the coach is about to be fired. Coach Belichick's on the clock.
I'm asking you a simple question, Skip.
Yes.
In Tom Brady's first start.
Okay.
See, you say anybody else that comes in and they lose, he's terrible.
Okay.
Tom Brady lose.
But again,
is this
we
for
saw
you?
in the preseason, Coach Belichick was fast-tracking Jarrett Stidham to become the next Tom Brady.
Skip.
And you agreed with that. What have you predicted? What have you dug in on?
Skip.
Shannon Sharpe has declared this is Tom Brady's last year in New England.
I've seen some of the greatest quarterbacks in their first start or two line up under the guard instead of the center, and they make it to the Hall of Fame. So just because your first start goes bad, goes poorly, does not mean you can't overcome that. Now, there was no overcoming that Mark Sanchez. You can't run into somebody but and fumble the ball and let him run it in for a touch. He's never living that down.
Okay, but he had been to 2 straight AFC championship games in his first 2
And he
years.
still can't overcome that.
Okay.
Type in I'll tell you what.
I know.
Type in Mark Sanchez and see what come up. Butt fumble.
Okay.
Let that see. Don't mention nothing about
I know.
don't mention nothing about no championship game.
I
So
remember.
I need you to stop. See, Skip, why
I hope
you
you
do
don't
that?
sit home at night typing in Mark Sanchez.
No,
But
absolutely not.
fumble.
Okay.
But Scott, I don't want to hear nothing. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about no age. I'm pretty good. And after every win, he coming Monday. Hi, guys. Yep, it was great to win on Sunday. You never take winning for...
I
Shannon
take my
Sharpe.
social media from him.
yeah,
You still dug in on your prediction that this is Tom Brady's final year in New England. Are you?
Yep, I'm not changing.
Okay, you're
I'm
not
I
changing
don't
at
waffle.
all?
I
Okay.
eat waffles, but I don't waffle.
Really? I've heard you waffle on Baker Mayfield
Eat
here
waffle
in the
fries,
last
too.
15 minutes of this show.
What I waffle?
Yeah, on Baker Mayfield, you loved him. He shake and bake, and now you're down
He's
on
still
him.
shaking bake.
Okay.
But he don't got to... Skip, I can like a person, but not like everything they do. Skip, that's what I'm here for.
No, but you're down on him. You're off the bandwagon.
No.
You don't believe anymore.
You see what you're trying to do?
I'm not trying to do. I'm doing what you're doing.
What am I doing?
I'm just reacting because you hated Baker Mayfield last year when he had stretches of greatness, brilliance, and then all of a sudden in the offseason you said, I better get on the
No, Skip Bayless.
bandwagon while there's
Skip.
one seat
Feel the
left in the
pressure
very
from
back.
us.
Just because you disapprove of someone's behavior does not mean you Skip, you don't automatically have to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Okay. Well,
That's what you want. So they're not mutually exclusive. Well, either you like Baker Mayfield and you gotta accept his behavior. No.
Well, his performance. You're out on him.
I'm down on his performance. Yes, he didn't play well against Tennessee. He did not play well against the Rams. That's fact. Did I lie?
No, but you're off the bandwagon. You've given up on him.
Hey,
Well, it's okay. It's okay. I'm clearly driving Tom Brady's bandwagon because he's got Coach Belichick is on the run. Tom Brady says, I'm playing in New England
He's on the
until I'm
run.
45. He's 42 now, and he is right on track.
Oh, but it's
Right on
very
track.
easy. It's very easy. Yeah, I'm on Tom Brady's bandwagon. Well, Skip, Miss America, I'm on her bandwagon. Yeah, she just happens to be the most beautiful woman in the world. Okay, stop
Well,
it, Skip.
you're not on his bandwagon. We know that.
No.
You're the president of that hater club.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not too late.
Skip, I do not hate Tom Brady. He's just not the best quarterback playing.
You hate
currently.
everything he stands for.
I don't like
though?
apple pie.
Mr. Patty Mahomes. That's
Yeah.
a bandwagon you can
Patty?
get
Oh,
behind.
boy.
I don't know. I was just trying something new. So Patrick Mahomes is on pace to be the first player to pass for over 6,000 yards. Lions defensive back Quandre Diggs had high praise for Mahomes ahead of their game on Sunday. Diggs said that if Mahomes can keep it up, he will break every record there is in the NFL. But Diggs prefaced his comments on Mahomes by saying that Tom Brady will be, quote, the best ever for my whole life. Fox Sports NFL analyst Mark Schlereth is now with us. Mark, do you agree that Brady is the GOAT, but Mahomes will break all the records?
Well, I mean, listen, there's 100% certainty you're going to get hurt. So, I mean, longevity is going to be a key to Mahomes.
Right.
But if he can stay on pace, then yeah, I think he'll, based in this offense with Andy Reid, with the talent they have, and those things will change over time. But is he on pace to do all those things, to be, statistically compile more statistics than anybody in the history? Yeah. But when it comes to GOAT status, I mean, all I can say is, 18 years or 17 years for Brady? I think this is the 18th year.
20,
He's hurt
20,
1.
20. Yeah.
20. Well,
19,
1 year, 19.
19.
So this is the 19th year, and he's been to 9 Super Bowls and won 6 of them. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I mean, you look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees has compiled more statistics than anybody in the history, right? Drew Brees is not the GOAT. It's Tom Brady. Tom Brady is, in my mind, will be, and I don't think anybody will ever approach 9 world championships in 20 years or 19 years of playing. There's just, or playing in that game that many times. So that's what sets you apart. But yeah, as far as compiling numbers, I mean, Mahomes just makes throws that nobody else in America can make. That's it.
Okay.
End of story.
And that means what?
That's a ball boy.
Well,
Look, he has a great foundation. Obviously, look, in order to be GOAT status, obviously you need to win championships. That's a team game, but you need to win championships. But you must have individual success, MVPs, 5,000, 50 touchdowns. Obviously, that, Tom Brady, if Tom Brady had he couldn't beat Eli Manning. With Eli Manning numbers, couple of Pro Bowls, no MVPs, no All-Pros, and win Super Bowls. Well, he'd go. That wouldn't happen. But Tom Brady has 3 MVPs. Tom Brady has led the league in passing. Tom Brady has led the league in touchdown passing. Tom Brady, so it's a combination of all these things. Because, like I said, if it was just, championships, Robert Horry would be in the GOAT discussion. He has 7, but Robert Horry doesn't have any individual success. No all-star games, no leading the league and scoring anything like that. But what Mahomes has done is he's got an early start. He's got a great foundation. He might go back-to-back, Skip, 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. Now, for the sake of argument, we're having a discussion here. He goes back-to-back. He goes to the Super Bowl, win the MVP. Well, he's fast-tracked. He's at a further along pace than what Tom won. Tom won his first one his second year in the league. But the guy would have 2 MVPs and a Super Bowl MVP, and he's 24. So obviously, like I said, injury, but the projections, and that's what we're doing. We're projecting now. He's going to be in the discussion if he can win some championships, because Skip, I'm not worried about the end of it. He's going to have the numbers because you got Hardman, who was just drafted. You got Robinson, who's probably 24. Sammy Watkins, probably 27. Kelsey's like 28. This kid's 24, and Andy Reid's not going anywhere. Tyreek Hill's 25. So I'm not worried about the individual, the statistical stats. Can he get team success by winning championships? If he does that, he's going to be in the discussion.
Real quick, too, just on the personnel, there are some teams and some coaches that are just great at drafting people that fit into their system, right? Like the Steelers, I know the Steelers are going to find linebackers who can play. That's what they do. Right. They've always had it. Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs can find receivers that can flat out run, understand their system, and play. So I look at Patrick Mahomes, I think as long as those two are together, like Brady and Belichick have been together, they will have offensive talent. Maybe the defense may struggle, but they will have talent that can amass like great yardage, touchdowns, and all those things.
So here's my biggest issue with young Patrick Mahomes. He is blessed and he is cursed to play for the Mike D'Antoni of NFL coaches. What does Mike D'Antoni do? He makes MVPs.
Yes.
He creates offensive wizardry. He revolutionizes the way offense is played, and all of a sudden Patrick Mahomes, right on schedule, is becoming the Steve Nash meets James Harden of the National Football League. Because Mike D'Antoni, it's Mike No D'Antoni, it's all offense without a whole lot of emphasis on the defensive side. We've seen a little bit of uptick in that regard for the Houston Rockets of late, but not enough because Mike D'Antoni in his career has gone to 3 conference championships, to conference finals, and he's gone 0-3. And Andy Reid is 1-5 in championship games because his culture is all based on scoring and outscoring the opponent. To your point, that's what he thinks of and knows, and they've always been a little deficient on defense, though the great late Jim Johnson, he brought them some defensive credibility. In the one year they got to the Super Bowl, obviously they had lost Terrell Owens for the 2 home playoff games, and they won them more with their defense than their offense.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he's gone from Donovan McNabb to a much better, much more spectacular Donovan McNabb, right? Because this kid's got it all. And again, it's MVP. He's going to win so many MVPs, he might retire the award. They might have to rename it the Patrick Mahomes Memorial MVP Trophy, right?
That'd be nice.
But that means what to me? Not much.
Well, he's going to have to have.
Okay.
He's going to have to have.
You're going to have to back
team
it up.
success, yes.
And again, the Brady-Belichick combination is completely different because it was an apple to an orange instead of an apple to an apple. Because over here, it's Brady's offense coupled with Belichick's defense. So Belichick's whole culture is based on defensive football because that's his side of the ball.
Right.
And their whole mentality in New England is, we are going to stop you from scoring.
Sure.
And he fell out of heaven through the 6th round into his lap, the greatest offensive football player in the history of the league, and he took over the offensive culture, and so suddenly you had yin meets yang, right?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that Coach Belichick can do is that he tells Tom, this is what in this set right here, this is what I would do to you.
Okay.
This is where you're weak.
That helps.
This is where you're vulnerable.
Well,
at
again,
here.
Tom Brady in practice always gets to go against that.
I think
right?
the thing that could hurt Patrick Mahomes is what hurt Dan Marino. He didn't have any defenses. And come playoff times, you're not going to always score 38 points.
All right.
What happens if you get into a ball game and your offense is not clicking that day? Skip, you remember when Andy Reid, the Eagles, and they lost to Carolina? It's like they scored 10 points.
Yeah.
They had been going up and down the field, and all of a sudden you get into a game and you can't go up and down the field. Then what?
Yep.
And see, okay, what happens if Mahomes can't go get you 35?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you look at all the games they lost. They lost, and they were scoring 40 points, and they still lost.
Okay. So I'm going to hark back to my favorite preseason quote via The Athletic. It was from a former head coach, anonymously, but the former head coach said, you play for Andy Reid, you're going to have numbers to the point where what's-his-name, Donovan McNabb, thinks he's a Hall of Famer. What Mahomes did was still amazing last year. I just don't know if you can continue to play the way he plays and not have the big mistakes. He reminds me of Favre, and I think he's going to end up having Favre moments. Andy Reid encourages Favre moments because they lead to spectacular numbers and MVPs, but not always to championships. And what have we seen already in the preseason? Andy blessed, to me, it's almost like enabling Patrick to fall further in love with the no-look pass. Tom Brady doesn't need a no-look pass.
He can't do it.
It's window dressing. It's the spectacular. What did I just read? That nobody has gotten faster to a 99 Madden rating.
Winning games.
Patrick Mahomes. And that matters
Never been done.
what? Okay? What does that matter? That wins you how many Super Bowls?
You're 100% right. It doesn't matter. And I've always said it's complete teams that win championships. But there are those outliers. And you can win a championship built one-sided, and we've seen that. We've seen it. We've seen it. Like, no offense to your Ravens team, but that was a pretty one-sided. Tampa, Seattle, even Denver with Peyton Manning was
I think
a defensive.
You can win it one-sided with defense easier than offense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. But that's why I'm saying, from a GOAT standpoint, you're not going to compile 6 world championships in that scheme, because what Shannon said, what you're talking about, is you've got to be more complete than that.
You do.
But can you catch lightning in a bottle? Yeah, of course you can.
But just remember, Tom Brady has 6 rings with 6 game-winning drives. game over. You're the uncatchable GOAT.
But
so he's done it at the highest level in the clutchest moments.
But
so you also need that in your
But Jordan got
system.
6 titles, Skip.
Yeah.
But he ain't got 6 game-winning shots.
Nope, he does not.
So if Pat Mahomes boy win 4 or 5 MVPs and get about 4 or 5 Super Bowls, we're gonna have a discussion.
Well, you just added on and 4 or 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
That's a big add-on.
But Skip, that's the only way he can.
The
we can have this
MVP, I
discussion.
think you just undersold the MVPs
No.
because I think he's going to win it every year. How can you stop it?
But I'm saying, Skip, he's going to have to get that number for us to even have a serious discussion.
Right.
Could he retire
And then
with
the AFC Championship last year, and this goes back to your coaching point. How many targets did Tyreek Hill have? I mean, did they run a jet sweep with him? Did they run a bubble screen with? No, he had that. I think he had one catch for like.
What does Belichick do best? You can't have him.
You have him.
Take
He's going to make
him
you beat him with somebody. If you beat him with your B and your C,
away.
he can live with that. You ain't beating him with 8.
So I'm going to give you Patrick Mahomes is going to win 12 MVPs,
Oh, stop.
but no Super Bowls. How about that?
That's fine. Brady's still the guy then.
Okay.
Start with
Thank you.
another before we go to 12. Mark, good stuff. Thank you for being here. All right, ESPN has been ranking the top 100 NBA players ahead of the season, and 5-time All-Star Klay Thompson came in at number 49. Meanwhile, rookie Zion Williamson was ranked ahead of Klay at 42. Damian Lillard took exception to this. Lillard commented on an Instagram post and said, quote, "Man, stop with the BS, and 49 is wild in the first place." So, Shannon, does he have a point?
Absolutely. Let's just start with Klay. I think Klay's, because he's a two-way player, he's a top 5 two-way player, it's hard for me to put him outside the top 20. At least top 25, and a 5-time All-Star, all-defensive player. He's a top 5 shooter in the history of the game. Now, obviously, I'm going to take Steph over him. And if maybe Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen. But, Skip, I'm not going too much further than that, Skip.
I wouldn't either.
As far as all-time shooters. And he plays on – Steph Curry has the toughest assignment every night because he's got to guard James Harden. He has to guard Russell Westbrook when Russ was on the other team. They put him on LeBron. Or he was, trying to do something with K. He always has the toughest assignment. And they say, Klay, by the way, we still need them 22 that you promised us. And the guy's at 42. Now, Skip, maybe the ACL injury, he's going to miss part of the season. Maybe that played into his ranking. But it's hard for me to believe that Klay Thompson is the 49th best player in the NBA. Nah, I'm not buying that one. Zion at 42, Skip. Dude hadn't even, in a real game, hadn't shot a shot, hadn't dunked, hadn't blocked yet. Skip, this hype is out of control. Look, the kid might be fantastic, but what he is an undersized big that does not have an outside shot. Now, he's going to be on.
He's got some.
He's going to cause you to be looking at your phone and dunks and block shots and leaping out of it. He's going to have these spectacular plays, Skip.
Does they count?
Yeah, but Skip. But spectacular plays, it doesn't make you a complete, doesn't mean you're the 42nd ranked player in the NBA because you can dunk, because you can block shots in a spectacular form, in a spectacular, spectacular fashion. And look, the thing that Zion's going to run into in the NBA for the very first time in his life, guess what, Skip Bayless? He's going to step on the court, and he's not the most talented. He's not the biggest. He's not the strongest. And he can't jump the highest.
He might be the strongest alive.
He's going to be able to Skip, but see, them grown men. And a grown man knows how to use strength that these young guys don't know how to use yet. That's that. Now, he's going to oh, shit, got that grown man strength, I got old fit away old country, back in the
This wasn't about you.
Oh, my bad. I did
You made it about yourself.
I did the National Basketball Association.
I could have played basketball, Skip? Back in the day.
Yeah? Okay.
But, Skip, stop with this hype with Zion. You driving the train.
Okay, here's my point. Klay Thompson is criminally underranked at 49. And I'll go to the criticizer here. I'll go to Damian Lillard and where he lives with his guy, CJ McCollum. So Dame is ranked 9, CJ's ranked 13. I'll tell you what, God's truth from me, this is just me, I'll take Klay over either one of them.
Wow.
Any day, any night, because he's two-way.
Yes.
And again, Dame is a tremendous basketball player. CJ is a nice complimentary guard.
I'm totally not taking CJ. Now, I don't know about Dame, but I'm definitely not taking CJ over Klay.
CJ is 13th on this list
No way.
to 49.
No way.
And Dame
No way,
is
Skip.
9th
No
on this
way.
list to 49.
Weird.
And I got to tell you, I'm taking Klay over Dame because we've never seen Klay by himself. Maybe it would be too hard for him, but again, if he were in Dame's
we've never
role,
seen CJ by himself.
Okay.
But let me ask you a question, Skip. What if I said, Klay, you know what, Klay? You ain't got to worry about guarding the best player tonight. I just need you to give me buckets.
Oh.
Don't worry about playing no D. Don't worry about locking somebody down, exerting that kind of energy. Just give me buckets. Skip, we see the guy like go 37 in a quarter, get 60 in 29 minutes.
Okay. What did we see from Dame and CJ when they ran up against a team that didn't have Kevin Durant last year?
Spot them 17, spot them 18, spot them 16.
It was not their best moments or their best looks. Now, back to Zion at 42, and they did point out on this ESPN list, he is the highest-ranked first-year player in the 9-year history of this list.
Right.
So this is high for a first-year player.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, again, I'm sold more than you are, but will he soon prove to be more valuable than players ranked above him on this list or, better than him on this list? Like Vucevic, will he quickly prove to be better than Vucevic? I say yes. Kyle Lowry, I love Kyle Lowry, but will he be more valuable than Kyle? Yes. I'll go on down the list to 33. Oladipo, will he be better than Oladipo? Just more valuable player? Yes. Chris Paul is on the downside. Like by mid-year, will you take Zion or Chris Paul? I'd take Zion by mid-year.
But can we wait, Skip? The dude hadn't played yet.
Okay, I'm just going on my eye test of what I saw of him.
You ain't seen him in an NBA game.
Okay, I haven't. I saw him briefly in one summer league game.
Yeah,
right.
That is some of them guys driving beer trucks now.
know.
As a matter of fact, one of them guys might have dropped the package off.
Okay.
UPS or Amazon.
Okay.
So stop it, Skip, baby. Summer league the last guy in summer league, there are guys winning summer league MVPs. Sitting at the end of the pine in a real NBA game. So stop this.
From what you're saying, Zion should be unranked.
Yes.
Like he shouldn't even be on the list.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
How many was it? 100? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
He shouldn't even be
it was only 50, right?
Or was it? Or did it start at 50?
Yeah, I think it started at 50.
Okay, I'm not even sure. But the point is, you're saying he's not rankable because he hasn't played one dribble
He
yet.
should not be ranked top 50 in the NBA. He's not top 50.
Okay. Well, again, I agree on Klay, but again, it should hit home for Dame that he should say, well, wait a second, is he better than we are? My two guys here, me and CJ.
For me, look, Dame is debatable because Dame can flat out play. Dame Dollar can get buckets, but I'm not taking CJ over Klay Thompson. No way, no how, no day, ever.
Okay.
Skip, you don't mind me asking, Skip, what can CJ do better than Klay Thompson?
He's 13th on this list.
I need somebody in the front office that can call me, get my number and call me and tell me one thing that CJ McCollum, and that's not a diss on him because the guys in the NBA, he can play. But what can he do better than Klay? He can't play D better than Klay, and he damn sure can't shoot better than Klay.
Nope. Can Dame play defense better than Klay? No. Can he shoot better than?
No.
Okay.
No.
He can play point better. I'll give you that. He can distribute better.
Yeah.
He can floor lead a little better. But hey, Klay.
Handles, okay. But
I don't know.
Klay Thompson.
I think he's top 10.
He's been the third. He's the third wheel. And Skip, he don't get any credit because he had. I mean, if Steph took a back seat, they put Klay in the trunk.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I
when
told
KD
you
came.
before the finals, I picked Klay to be the MVP, and he was on his way until tragedy happened.
Yep.
Oh, and Zion, the pressure is mounting for the guy.
No mercy.
It is no secret that Jalen Ramsey wants out of Jacksonville. On Monday, the All-Pro missed practice with the flu. Then Wednesday, he also did not practice with his back listed as the reason. And now Ramsey will be stepping away from the team for the birth of his second child. When asked if Ramsey was feeling better, Jags head coach Doug Marrone had a hard time keeping a straight face. Check it out for yourself.
What was the prognosis on Jalen's illness? We'll go back to that first. Monday.
What do you mean, prognosis?
Did he have the flu? Did he come in? He came in, saw the doctor. Was he good? Was he all cleared?
He was sick. Yeah.
But he's good now? Feeling better?
From the sickness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when did the injury pop up?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, he just gets tight, I mean, his back got tight. It's normal. His back has gotten tight before. My back's tight. A couple of guys' backs are tight. A couple of guys have hamstrings. I mean, everyone gets the stuff.
My back's kind of feeling tight today as well. Yeah. Shannon, how much longer will Ramsey be a Jaguar?
That flu, Skip, give you the body that aches. Skip, not much longer, Skip. Look, I think the owner, Shad Khan, wants Jalen to be.
He does.
He's one of his better players. He wants him there.
Hard.
But the guys in between Jalen Ramsey and Shad Khan, Tom Coughlin and David Caldwell, Jalen got no time for him. He done. He out. Something transpired when they played the Texans. Something happened on either Sunday night or Monday morning that Jalen Ramsey talked to his agent and says, get me up out of here. Now, either David Caldwell or Tom Coughlin, and I'm in the mind that it's Tom Coughlin.
I would agree.
Said something, and Jalen says, okay, I'm up out of here. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm done with Florida. I'm done with Duval County. I'm done with the Jags. Get me up out of here.
Okay.
And obviously, he's one of their better players, and they don't feel they're going to be able to get adequate compensation or equal value back. And you normally never do. John Gruden is finding that out.
Yep.
The players they drafted, they ain't Khalil Mack skill.
No.
So I think they're almost resigned to the fact they have to move him by the trade deadline because they said they wanted 2 first-round picks. It's going to be hard for me to believe that Kansas City wouldn't step up and offer them that.
So we do know the owner is dug in publicly, and he said, we will keep Jalen Ramsey, and I will pay Jalen Ramsey whatever he wants.
Yes.
We'll take care of it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We do know there was a skirmish on the sideline between Doug Marrone and Jalen that Jalen said they worked through.
Right.
They talked it out.
He got no problem with Doug Marrone.
Okay. I believe that wherever Jalen is, and I think he went to Nashville for the birth of his second child,
Yes.
that when he sees this on his phone or his television, he will be unhappy with Doug Marrone because that was just flat out laughing at the whole situation.
He was sick.
Sick. We all have type. I've had a type back. You know, like, okay.
Yeah, he got sick. I mean, what?
When you're blatantly, publicly in a media session laughing at Jalen Ramsey, he's a proud young man. He is not going to love this.
Skip, the media was laughing because they knew Jalen wasn't sick.
Yeah. Well,
how you gonna call this, Skip? That's what you do when you work a normal 9 to 5.
I know.
You can call in sick.
Yep.
But when you're in the NFL, you take your butt over there to work, and then the trainer will send you home. You don't call in and say, I'm sick, I'm not coming in.
Okay. It's called the blue flu.
Yeah.
And he's still blue about that flu. And now Doug is laughing publicly at him. And I think that's going to burn the bridge to Doug Marrone that seemed to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
And the bridge already got burned to Tom Coughlin, we think. So now I'm starting to come over to your side. I don't think he's long for Jacksonville because I don't know how you can be when your head coach is just shaming you publicly. And I don't know how
You should have been shamed for doing that, for talking about you sick and you won't be able to show up to work. Skip, how'd that get out?
I don't know.
I mean, how do we know that Jalen Ramsey is sick and not showing up to work today?
Okay. So, again, they don't have to trade him.
No, they
he is
don't
under
have to.
contract.
Right.
But
for another year, I think he got to do a fifth-year option.
Yeah, and he can blue fluid all he wants. Yeah. I don't know.
I just want to make sure. I don't agree with the way he's handling this situation.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't do it. Because, again, Skip, what are the owners going to use? See? When you guarantee money, see, this is what you would do to us.
You've been saying that all along.
Okay.
That's the hard part.
But just as he has turned on the organization, it sounds like the whole organization is turning on him below the owner, all below the owner.
But that's the one thing, though, Skip. You don't need the guy. And like I told you, you had the handlebar mustache. Mr. Khan got it.
Yeah.
And he said, "Look, I'll pay him." He's like, "Tom,
he tried
I'll
to
pay your salary."
He does.
Straight face.
That is correct.
I'm keeping Jalen.
Straight face. It happens. All right. I'm sure we'll have another layer to this at some point. All right, time for our final topic of the day. Draymond Green had an interesting comment on an Instagram post from Kevin Durant's brother, who was posing with KD, their mother, and his new baby. Draymond said, "You talked a lot of bleep about me. All good, though. This pic bring me great joy. However, this is not the American dream. It's our dream." So, Shannon, what do you make of Draymond's comment?
Well, Dre, you can't get a guy congratulations and then take a shot at him in the same take. But what Draymond's saying, you was out of pocket with a lot of things that you said about me. But today is your day. I'm gonna congratulate you on the birth of your child. But just so you know, it's not an American dream. You ain't living no dream. You ride your brother coattail. This our dream.
Yep.
KD living the American dream.
Okay.
I'm living the American dream. You have You didn't, what, you dreamed about, like, man, I sure want to ride my brother coattail for the rest of my life. No, this is our dream, not yours.
So to me, Draymond Green is the biggest and was the biggest reason that KD is no longer a Warrior, and now he's pouring more gasoline on that fire. Because remember what happened.
Right.
First, he called KD and begged him to come save us.
Right.
And then he wound up last November calling him the B word on the bench after they had a little beef out on the floor.
Correct.
And he said, we won without you.
Right.
And wasn't that the beginning of the end? That was it for me.
And you remember his brother had an Instagram post that says, can't wait to get up out, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
This goes back and forth, but I wish Draymond would have just said, hey, congratulations on your family.
Leave it at that.
And leave it at that. Now, if you want to get at him, don't put the baby and KD and the mom in the post.
That is it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports, 1 of 1.